Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you the new video. Today is Friday, September 15th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. The countdown to 20,000 subscribers is still going, and it is still on. 34 is the magic number to hit 20K, and hopefully we can kind of plug away and chip away at that 34 number tonight. And we got one of my favorite matchups, the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Seattle Mariners, my dad's team versus my favorite team. I just got off the phone with them a couple minutes ago. Tomorrow is going to be Clayton Kershaw and Bryce Miller. I won't be able to do the game tomorrow, even though that would be one of the best matchups to do. Kershaw, one of my favorite pitchers that's not on the Mariners. Obviously, that's me and my dad's favorite current player. Then going against Bryce Miller, one of my favorites that's on my team with the Seattle Mariners. So no Duck stream, no Dodger stream tomorrow, but I will try to be able to put out a little bit of content, and then we'll get back to, on Sunday. I got to do some reaction videos, but we'll see if I end up doing the Dodgers and Mariners or if I end up just doing reaction videos. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day and a fantastic Friday. Let's go. Megan, the Aussie 12 in the building, $10 dono right out of the gates before the stream started. Happy 72nd birthday to the best damn head coach in the NFL, Pete Carroll. I love you since your USC days, and no matter what the 12s think now, I will always think happy birthday, and Pete, I trust. I love it. And I saw that, and as soon as I saw the photo early this morning, I thought of you. All right, here we go. Happy birthday, Pete Carroll. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $10 holla. And let me get you an appropriate. I pre-gamed because I saw you. Not pre-gamed with the drinking. Obviously, if I was going to the games and whatnot, but I pre-gamed it here with some photos. So we'll just make sure we get a couple here before the actual Mariner game starts. So I appreciate you. Happy birthday, the good old ball coach, the USC legend, the Seattle Seahawks legend, and hopefully a little bit of that birthday magic can carry over to this weekend, because going against the Detroit Lions is not going to be easy. But out of all the teams, that if you were to go 0-2, you would be my favorite 0-2 team to still make the playoffs. So I don't think that if you lose to a very good quality Detroit Lion team, if you end up losing, even if it's like by 1 or 2 or 3, other teams would be like, like the Minnesota Vikings, they're not making the playoffs. If you guys don't get there and you end up losing a heartbreaker, I still think you guys can make the playoffs. You guys are that damn good, but you do have concerns on the O-line and the D-line, so hopefully that will be firmed up a little bit, as well as the secondary. And even though I got a lot of Lions players, I will be rooting for you on the weekend. Hopefully you guys can end up getting that dub, since Detroit already got their first dub against the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, appreciate you. Let's go into the thumbnail and the starting lineup. Sarah is in the building. How are you? Hopefully that you're doing very, very well. Pat McAfee, The Rock, a lot of stuff that was going on with SmackDown and the Pat McAfee show, which was very cool. $10. Let's get to a hundo. 90 to go. Let's go, baby. All right, and let's go into the thumb and the starting lineups. All right, let's scroll down here. And obviously here we got on the left, Mookie Betts versus on the right corner, George Kirby. Let's go. I'm so excited about this matchup. Let's get it. And let's start off with the Dodgers. All right, let's scroll up here. Got a spinning logo for them. Ooh, baby. All right. Here we go. Leading off for Los Angeles, second baseman, Mookie Betts. Batting second, first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Batting third, playing catcher tonight for Los Angeles, Will Smith. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, third baseman, Max Muncy. Batting fifth, DHing for Los Angeles pretty much every game this year, J.D. Martinez. Batting sixth, left fielder David Peralta. Batting seventh, right fielder Jason Hayward. Batting eighth, center fielder James Outman. And batting ninth, playing shortstop for Los Angeles, Miguel Rojas. And the Dodgers on the mound, we have Bryce Miller. They got a B Miller as well. His name's Bobby. He's 9-3 with a 3.98 ERA. We're talking Bobby Miller. This is going to be tough. My dad, I told him, I was like, take it easy on us. You guys are already in the playoffs. We need to win 2 out of 3. We're 1.5 games behind Houston and a half game behind Texas. We need these dubs. Bobby Miller, this is going to be very, very difficult. All right, let's go to the Mariners. Let's go, baby. This is probably my favorite matchup all year for many, many reasons, as you know. All right, baby, let's go. You already know what it is. Leading off for the Mariners, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go. We'll even get a little music going here down below as well. How about that? Let's see. Which one do I want to do? I think we'll end up doing Feeding the Ducks. How about this one right here? Okay. All right, baby. Batting second, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. You already know what it is, and I need some of these today, baby. Let's go. Homers all day, every day. Let's go. Batting third, playing catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Batting fourth and playing cleanup, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. And as I can see, I forgot to end up changing the numbers from 4 to 3 and 3 to 4 with Cal. So let me do that before I end up getting a little mixed up. All right, so we got JP, we got Julio, we got Cal, we got Teoscar. Batting fifth, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Gino. Batting sixth, left fielder, Jared Kelenic. He's back. Batting seventh, first baseman, Ty France. Batting eighth, DHing for Seattle, Dominic Anzone. And batting ninth, second baseman, Josh Rojas. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 10-9 record with a 3.48 ERA, George Kirby. Let's go, baby. I am ready. Let's go. Reflect in the building. What's good, brother? How are you? Reflect with a tenor. We're off to a good start here. Here we go. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $10 holla. Let's go M's, baby. I just got off the phone with my dad, so I said, hey, take it easy on us. But they're 5-5 in their last 10. We're 4-6. So it's not like either one of us has been like hot, like 9-1 or 8-2. So there is a good chance that maybe we can win tonight. I don't know about tomorrow, Clayton Kershaw versus Bryce Miller, but I got my fingers crossed with that game as well as the Ducks against Hawaii, even though I know we should be able to blow them out. The real one will be against Colorado the following weekend. Oh, baby. Let's go. $20 in donuts. Let's get to a hundo. 80 to go, baby. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. There we go. I had 2 different Mariner logos, one that goes side to side, and then a 360. So I got to make sure we're hitting you with the 360 logos. And there was a couple options, but the Dodger one like this looked the best. And then obviously we got our standard S for the Mariners. Let's go, baby. Ready. Mookie Betts, George Kirby, and that's who we have here right now. Let's go. Hopefully Kirby has an electric day. We don't want him to get pulled within the last, first 4 innings. We would love for him to be able to get to 8 to 10 Ks. It's going to give us the best shot. So let me know what you want for photos. And I got you, Sarah, with a 3-er. Appreciate you very, very much. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $3 holla. Let's go, baby. Let's go. $23. Let's get to a hundo. And I ended up, talking to Rooftop Mariner, aka Rooftop Sports, and he asked me a question. He's like, "Hey, how do you make your stream look better?" Because obviously he's just kind of starting out with the YouTube thing, and you want to make sure you're supporting other Mariner streamers and other Mariner fans. So for him and his boy Trident, they cover the Mariners. Sometimes they'll do games, and sometimes they'll do content for the Mariners for uploads, either before the game, during the game, or after the game. And I gave them the secrets and the techniques on this particular platform to get a scoreboard above. So if they want to make their streams look a little bit better and more professional, I gave them the information, the step-by-step how to do it. So I feel now with Trident and with Mr. Mariner Rooftop himself that they will start to be able to gain a little bit more ground on what they're doing. First pitch, high, and oh wow, he got a strike there. I thought that was going to be a ball. Let's go, 0-1 count. But he was going to kind of do the picture thing like I'm doing with the baseball cards. But I told him, if you're going to do pictures, right, and they have to line up with your screen. And if it doesn't, it's going to not look streamlined. It's going to look like shit. So I told him, put the scoreboard above you, right, and then show off all your like Mariners stuff and Seahawks stuff in the background. Just have you and then the scoreboard up above. And then he switched it, sent me a picture. I told him it looks great. So I imagine they're going to end up using that particular look because honestly, that's the look that looks best for him. So excited that it's always makes you feel good, when you can help someone on YouTube instead of being a hater, because a lot of people have egos and they don't want to give away their secrets on how their streams look or how they make their thumbnails and whatnot. But I always feel that if you can help someone out, it can only just benefit you in the long run. So. And like I said, his shit looks 1,000 times better now. And a lot of YouTubers wouldn't give away. Like, how do you put the scoreboard here? How do you make it look like this? A lot of people are very protective, and whatnot. But there's so many goddamn YouTube tutorials. He would have been able to figure it out on his own. But if I can give him a little nudge and, give him the exact instructions from someone that he kind of knows, it makes it a little bit easier. And he'll pass that on to Trident. So I imagine both of them will be very happy compared to what their streams look like before and then now what it's going to look. So I thought so. I thought so. Literally a chance. Freddie, Mookie to first with a walk. That's not a good sign for Kirby. I do like the City Connects, but normally me and my dad would be here in Seattle watching this 3-game set. But again, he's getting up there a little bit in age, and I'm grinding it out, working here every day. So I got the Mariners chain on. I'm ready to go. But I mean, this is always going to be lights out, with the Dodgers when they come into town. Big swing and a miss, 1-1 count. And, getting my first foul ball at a Mariner game was against the Dodgers with Kike Hernandez around 2018, 2019, about a year or two before COVID. And there will be more Dodger fans there than Seattle fans. It'll probably be like 70-30 or 60-40. Because you got to think everyone from Oregon, everyone from Washington, everyone from Idaho, everyone from Montana, and people flying in from Alaska and even further away, they're going to come into Seattle. This is the only time they're going to be able to see the Dodgers. And if you are in the Pacific Northwest, you got to go if you have money. And there's a lot of Dodger representation. It's like when the Yankees come to town, you'll hear a lot of "Let's go Dodgers," Let's go Dodgers. And it's not even on the visiting side over by third base. Like literally, there'll be Dodger fans everywhere because it's a very, very hot ticket in Seattle. And it's a Bryce Miller today, and we got George Kirby today, Bryce Miller, Clayton Kershaw tomorrow. Oh man, I mean, I can only imagine how much those cost. 1-2 pitch to Freddie. Got him. Let's go. Let's go. There we go, George. Mariner Moose out for you. I see you. Nice job, baby. We're going to need you. So Mookie with a walk. Freddie with a strikeout. We'll take that. Next up, catcher Will Smith. Pitches inside for a strike. The ump is definitely calling it pro Mariners so far at this first three batters, besides that walk with Mookie. So let's go, baby. All American Wrestling Show in the building. What's good? Let me know what you want, Sarah, and reflect if there's anything specific. Otherwise, I'll just throw up some of your favorites, either baseball or football. Big swing and a miss, 0-2 count. Let's go. Hot today in Oregon. How was the weather where you guys are? Today, the weather was 91, which is a little weird for middle of September, but it does happen in Oregon from time to time. 0-2 pitch to Will Smith. Come on, baby. Let's go, George. There we go. Another K, baby. George is pacing for 10. Not today, Will. My dad's like, damn it. Let's go. Let's go. Next up for the Dodgers, cleanup hitter, Mad Max Muncy. $82, nice. Yeah, I love me some JP Crawford too. Oh, almost got Mookie there. Yeah, I would say my favorite players on the Mariners right now, obviously Julio, Cal Raleigh, JP Crawford, George Kirby, Bryce Miller. I think those would be my favorite five. I mean, of course, I like lots of people on the roster, but a couple pitchers, a couple hitters, and obviously I'm a big catcher guy. I mean, like catcher is one of my favorite positions because it kind of reminds me of like O-line and positions that are undervalued and underappreciated. I'm always going to root for the guys that are underappreciated. Besides the superstars like Julio, I got to root for Cal, and JP is our emotional leader off leadoff. So big facts. Let's go, baby. God, beautiful ballpark, beautiful day. God, I wish I was there. Whenever I see things like this, like Dodgers in Seattle, and I'm not there, it just reminds me of like me and my dad, being there, getting the hotel, going to 2 or 3 games in the set, and just how much fun it is to be able to, spend time with, someone that's family or a friend. I usually would go to something like this with either me and Preston, me and Justin, or me and my dad. And coincidentally, I ended up getting a baseball with each of them. So I don't know what that means with the sports gods, but they like to spread out the wealth of me getting a baseball at a game fairly. Kike Hernandez with my dad in 2018. That was the first one where the guy, body checked me from behind after he dropped it twice. My knees bled for 9 innings, but that was the first ball. Then with Justin with the Julio Rodriguez rookie ball last year in the 9th inning. And then with Preston getting the Aaron Judge ball. Doesn't get any better than that. Let's go. I mean, and the home run balls and the foul balls, they're going to be going for some money, because there's going to be Dodger fans there that will be offering Mariner fans and other Dodger fans $100, $200, $300, to be able to get a piece of history, with these games. If you're lucky enough to get one, trust me, most people are not going to give it away. Even if they end up getting offered like $200-$300, even if it's like a ball that's thrown into the stands after, the inning is over. These baseballs are precious, especially with these two matchups. Another walk. And George Kirby had normally is one of the pitchers in Major League Baseball that doesn't have walks. Typically, him and Logan Gilbert, usually are pretty good, but now it's kind of carrying over from the last start when he ended up having some walks and giving up some big hits. He had some controversial statements saying that I shouldn't have been in there because he knows his body and his arm that after 100 or even 90 pitches, he's not the same. And then he gave up the game-winning or game-tying home run. They ended up losing, and he was frustrated. But, he was just saying what most pitchers think at that moment. Should he have said it? No. But, he'll learn from that. And he's a young pitcher. He's not, someone that doubts his abilities. He just was caught up in the moment. And I saw some people on social media that were going a little hard on him. But, until you're an actual major league pitcher and you're named George Kirby and you have that type of talent to be one of the top 20 pitchers in baseball, you don't really have any room to talk. We can all make opinions and we can all have comments and hot takes, as far as our favorite sport teams and players, but even myself, I never played professionally. So, we got to take the comments sometimes with a grain of salt. There we go. Leaves 2 stranded. Let's go. George gets out of the inning. Not his cleanest inning, but we'll take it. Here we go, George. Not the cleanest. Not the cleanest, George, but we'll take it. We will take it. All right, baby. All right, let's go to the bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Mariners, the emotional leader, sometimes even more important than Julio Rodriguez, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go. Batting second, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. We need you, baby. We need that bat. We're going to need you. This is going to be a tough series. If we can get 2 out of 3, we're going to need you. Big facts. Be electric. You and JP get hits to start us off. And batting third, the big dumper catcher, Cal Raleigh, the most underrated catcher in Major League Baseball. He's leading every catcher in home runs in the last 2 years. Let's go, dumper. And there's a lot of other catchers out there, but I'm really happy that we have Julio, Cal, right, and obviously the big dumper, right, and George Kirby. You know, you need a trifecta. Let's go. And we'll give some love to the Dodgers because I'm not going to be a hater, not in this series or any series. On the mound for the Dodgers with a 9-3 record. They got a B. Miller too, but his name's not Bryce. It's Bobby. 9-3, 3.98 ERA. Bobby Miller. Let's go. This is going to be hard. Like, Bobby's pretty good. I remember when he first came up, the record was pretty good, like 1-0, 2-0. And I asked my dad, I was like, what do we think about Bobby? Is he going to be as good as Bryce, or is he going to be like a name? And he said, I wasn't too sure, but he says the kid's got potential. And there's been a lot of injuries with the pitching staff. So here's another one for a guy that kind of came out of nowhere that ended up having a great record for them. Let's go. Let's go, JP. 1-1 pitch. Bobby seems like he's in the zone already. 1-2 count. But I hope everyone had a fantastic Friday. I'll figure out what we're going to end up doing for content tomorrow. But no live stream tomorrow night for the Ducks or the Mariners versus the Dodgers. Going to spend time with the girlfriend, and we're going to go to Olive Garden. So I'm going to end up buying some dinner since we weren't able to do that. And then I'll pick up Paisley after. And then we're going to end up going back to my old stomping grounds where my old high school was. There in Canby. So that'll be fun. Popped up. And then I'll be back at noon on Sunday to do reaction videos. And then obviously I have to look at Sunday Night Football. And there may be some Sunday Night Football matchups that I possibly will skip during the season to get more reaction videos done. Because the faster I get them done, the more subs and views that we're going to get. And that'll lead to donos. So we're going to have Dolphins and Patriots. So that one isn't not necessarily like must-see TV. But, I mean, Tua, Tyreek, Waddle. I mean, that's something that I kind of don't want to miss, but I'll talk it over with Sarah, and we'll figure out if I'm going to do Sunday night, football every week this, season, or if I end up taking a break on a couple of them and then just pump out reaction videos from 1 o'clock until like 10 or 11 p.m. And I think doing that will help us. There we go. There we go, Julio. Yes, sir. He heard. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's our guy, Julio Rodriguez. I told y'all we need you. He listened. Let's go. Hell yeah. Next up, big dumper catcher, Cal Raleigh. Hell yeah. Let's go. We got to get runs early. Magic number, 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. Plus, I got to be able to have some, me time too, especially if I'm already working 7 days a week and, she works in the medical field, and obviously I'm grinding on YouTube full time. So it's like we don't really have a whole lot of time, 1 or 2 days a week, usually like Friday and Saturday. So we want to make sure we make the best of it. And obviously I'll still be following the Duck game. Hopefully they smash Hawaii, and I'll be really rooting for the Mariners to pull out a win against Clayton Kershaw with Bryce Miller tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. Pitch low in the corner. 2-1 count. Yeah, well, obviously, with The Rock and Pat McAfee, they were on, Rock was on Pat's show, and they're, in what, Colorado and whatnot, probably for the Buffaloes as well as like SmackDown. I assume that's where it was. So everything is up above on the scoreboard. Bottom of the first, 0-0. Runner at first, 1 out, 2-2 count. Texas smoke in the building. What's good? Yeah, the Cowboy defense is amazing. Dan Quinn is an OG, triple OG, arguably the best D coordinator in football, not named Bill Belichick. And then you arguably got the best player on defense, maybe the best player in the world in Micah Parsons. Big facts. I'm a big linebacker guy, so I don't care if it's Cowboys or Patriots or, whatever teams that the elite greatness is on. If you're great, I'm not going to be a hater like everyone else that's on planet Earth in the media just because you're on the Cowboys or the Patriots. People got to talk shit. I love me some Micah, and I love me some Dan Quinn. Now you just got to be able to get a better head coach than McCarthy. Like if you could have gotten Sean Payton, and obviously he's got Cowboy ties, and maybe in the future he'll be the head coach. But if you get something like Sean Payton and Dan Quinn together, that's when you're going to actually win playoff games and possibly get to the NFC Championship, and who knows, maybe even make a Super Bowl run. Not saying that you can't do it with McCarthy, but there is a little bit of a change, with the pecking order based off talent. McCarthy compared to a guy like Sean Payton. So, and Kellen Moore is no longer the OC; he's the OC for the Chargers, so that'll be something too. Big swing and a miss, struck him out. Damn it, Cal. It's all good. We'll get him next time. Next up, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Let's go, Teo. Let's go, baby. Certain guys are just built for it, like you just look at them and you can tell like how great of a coach that they are. And Dan Quinn, I mean, he's the guy. Arguably, Bill Belichick might be known as the greatest, but also with the cheating and everything, But if I had to pick one guy, obviously Bill's going to be the smartest, but the guy that I would want would be Dan Quinn today. So, yeah, and that's my birthday too. Hello, Pat McAfee and Rock. Orion, NWSF. Orion shares the birthday with The Rock and Pat McAfee, right? All three of us good on the microphone. Coincidence? I think not. Let's go. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to get 35 points in fantasy every week, but I'll tell you what, Jerry ended up picking, the Dallas D before anyone else in fantasy. And normally that's what I do. Normally I'm the first one to pick defense and kicker. Sometimes I do it even really early, like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th round. And he did it a little bit earlier than I was ready for, but it paid off. But he ended up having J.K. Dobbins with a, injury, obviously out for the year. But he got blessed with the 35 with Dallas, so he still ended up getting the dub. And he has Bajan and Algier. So I told him, you know what? You literally have the best 1-2 punch, like a Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt from like 2-3 years ago. So it's like, even if you lost J.K. Dobbins and you don't have anybody on your bench for like running back depth, like you got literally, it sucks sometimes having to play both players on the same team, but they both get fair opportunities. So it actually will work out. And then he's like, you know what? You're right. I was like, look at the points that Algier and Bajan are going to get. Hell, you might be able to get 15 to 25 points from each if they both get enough carries, And I do like the Falcon defense this year too, so. And David Beckham, yeah. I'm not sure about David Beckham and his microphone skills, but he's a legend. But I'll take Rock, Pat McAfee, and your boy. All right, bottom of the first, 2 outs, runner at second, 2-2 count to Teoscar. Come on, baby. Check swing. Oh, 3-2 count. 23 doll hairs. Let's get to a hundo. Well, Megan, this might be one of those years where, again, every loss that you guys have, whether you should win the game or lose the game, that talk is going to come up. And imagine how toxic it's going to be if you guys lose to the Lions by 3. The Lions are a playoff team. The Rams probably aren't, but that was a trap game. So just imagine in that 12s how toxic it's going to be. You're going to have to take a break. So at least just mentally prepare yourself to be in this room maybe a little bit more often than that one, besides when they actually play. Because I'll tell you, every day after the game, and obviously during the game and after, it's going to be pretty toxic in there this season. So, and it doesn't mean that you guys are a bad team. Honestly, if you guys go down to 0-2, statistically, analytically, it normally means you're not making the playoffs. It's like, 80% of teams that start 0-2, they don't make it. But there are teams that do actually rebound, and you got to look at the schedule. And some teams play a harder opponents the first couple weeks, and then the rest of the schedule is kind of a, it's kind of easy. It's kind of a cakewalk, So it all depends on where the schedule is. The Rams was a trap game. The Lions are a playoff team. So, if you lose, you have to make sure you keep that in mind. Like, you have to go into the game thinking, this is going to be tough. This is not going to be easy. But again, if your O-line and your D-line play better, as well as your secondary, you'll be able to squeak out the win. All right. But if you can't stop the run and you can't stop the pass and the offense looks a little shaky, then, I don't know if Detroit would be able to blow you guys out, but they obviously had shown that this team is different with Dan Campbell. You saw him beat the Chiefs. So, I would say I'm hoping and rooting for you guys to be able to get it done. But again, the Detroit Lions, that's usually the team that I root for the most. And for you guys, I want the Seattle Seahawks fans to be able to get the dub. Detroit already got their first win, but if they do end up getting their second win, they're going to be really competing with the Packers to try to get first place. If they end up losing it, then maybe they'll end up, kind of transitioning more towards that wild card. But you guys are going to be the more desperate team, and obviously Detroit, they're going to be confident and they're going to try to go in there and go 2-0 because they've been terrible for like 20 years, typically like most of the teams that I root for. But, I'm really, really hoping that you guys can get the dub. But remember, if you lose, this team is not the Rams. It's not a trap game. The Lions legitimately could get first place in the NFC North or a wild card. That team could win 10 to 12, games like we thought maybe Seattle could as well. So it's almost a mirror image of yourself. It's another team that was on the up and up. So just keep that in mind. And it just sucks that, you have a place that you love going to that's so toxic. But you always can be here with us. So the O-line, yeah. And then I saw that Charles Cross isn't playing, and neither is Jamal Adams, which I don't really give a shit about Jamal Adams. The guy's been hurt almost the whole time that he's been there. That was kind of a bad trade for you guys. But if Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas are two of the best guys that you have up front, and obviously Charles Cross is not playing, that's very concerning, that you guys might drop that game just by him not playing. So as long as you're realistic with how things go, I'll still be rooting for you guys, but it's going to be very difficult without Cross and some of the guys not in the lineup, especially how confident Detroit is. And I imagine you guys have lost a little bit of confidence losing that first game to the Rams week 1. But everyone loves the overreaction Monday, and whatnot. But it shows you Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan are two of the most brilliant coaches in football. So regardless if their team is good, Niners, or bad, Rams, they're going to get the most out of their players, and they're brilliant play callers. And they were able to scheme themselves to wins. It just so happens that week 1 was against Seattle. So let's go. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, 9, right? And that was last year as a rookie, right? Yeah, so that needs to be improved. But it shows you, like, if you're an actual Seattle fan, which, a lot of people are, Kirby with a 1-1 pitch, like, O-line should be like, you should try to build it like the Cowboys on how they did it. Get yourself a Pro Bowl center, the best, center. Like, yeah, there's like wide receivers and running backs and tight ends. Screw all that. If you end up getting a draft pick, get like the best center, in football, in college. Grab someone like that could be like a Pro Bowl player within the first 2 years of the first year. Get the right guards, get the tackles, make sure that line is firm. Then everything else will kind of fall into place. And then you got to get the Jalen Carter type, Aaron Donald type, Warren Sapp type, Vita Vea type. Get a couple guys up front, pass rushers on the edge, Maybe a little bit more youth with the linebacker movement. Got to get at least another linebacker in there as a rookie that can fly around like a Micah Parsons. And the secondary needs a facelift. Like you got Tariq Woolen, and you have some pieces there, but it's still not good enough. You need more. You need more depth. Nickel corner. You need others than Tariq Woolen and what you have currently. So the main focus will be D-line, linebackers, secondary, pretty much the whole defense and the O-line. There's no purpose on getting any more running backs, any more receivers, maybe a tight end, if a good one, shows itself in the draft. But if I had a choice between a tight end or a great center, I'm going for the center. I'm going for the right guard, the left guard, the tackles. That's really what's going to help Seattle take the next step. So I'm hoping that Schneider and Pete realize that, before it gets too late. You don't want to waste Geno or Kenneth Walker or DK or Lockett. You don't want to waste these moments that you have together. But there still needs to be improvement. And remember, last year was the first year that you guys started to kind of break away. Like, we're here. But even though you say you're here, you're not necessarily good enough to win the division yet. You're not the San Francisco 49ers. You don't have that depth yet. But if you can build the line first, O-line and D-line, everything else will take care of itself, because then you'll be able to run better, pass better, pull, obviously with the guards and the centers and the tackles, right? Big swing and a miss on Outman. There we go, Kirby, right? But then you'll be able to do play action better bootleg. Everything will be more efficient. And then obviously on the D-line, that's going to be very, very important, because if you guys can't get sack lunches or pressures or anything like that, it's going to be a long, long year the next couple of years. You have to be able to, give your offense a breather, and you got to be able to get that presence up front on that D-line. Now, if your linebackers are a little weak, you can get away with that. You can mask some of those, issues that you have, as long as your front four is good. But, if your front four ain't very good, and then you got three guys at linebacker that even Bobby Wagner, that's maybe not doing as good as expected, and then the secondary is giving up all the passing yards, then you're just going to be getting into a shootout with another team, praying that you have the ball at the end of the game and it's close enough, within 7 or less, where you can go to overtime or possibly win at the end. And that's a tough way to play in the National Football League if the O-line is shaky and then your defense is not really where it needs to be. So hopefully they, can learn from that and focus on those positions moving forward. And then if you guys do, then you guys will be fine. So big facts. Yep, exactly. And if the line wasn't that good, he probably would have had 75 yards, because he still was running hard, and taking advantage of Kenneth Gainwell being out of the lineup. You know what I mean? So 100%. 175 is just fucking insane. SmackDown was good? Okay. Nice. I have to watch it. All right, George. Let's go, baby. I'm just looking at the total. So 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. And then let's go with Miller. It's kind of crazy that they have a Miller as well. But it's Bobby, not Bryce. All right. And Bobby is a 1 inning pitch, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 2 Ks. This is going to be a battle. This is going to be a pitcher's duel. Don't expect this one to be high scoring, but hopefully we can get to that 5-run number, because that's really going to be the possible difference for us, in the game. So come on, Gino. Next up for the Mariners, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Gino. Gino popped up. What a beautiful Friday night there. One away with the pop-up. Yeah. They're always up there. They're always up there. Lane Johnson's one of the best in the world. Even though Jason Kelsey's older, still an OG. He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer. So they got, how many Hall of Famers do they have on the line? What, Kelsey, Lane Johnson, and then you got to look at all the other supporting cast players that they have. They're very good. All right, reflect. AJ Styles and John Cena versus Solo and Jimmy. Ooh, that sounds sexy. That sounds awesome. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is outside. McAfee, Triple H, and The Rock. How cool is that? Now we need to take that picture so it can be Pat McAfee, Orion, and The Rock. That would be a dream come true. All the May 2nd birthdays. Pat is 5 years younger than me, and The Rock is 10 years older. So Pat's my little brother, and The Rock is my older brother. Crazy. The Tauruses, the Brahma Bulls. So I don't know what it is about the Tauruses, but we're definitely good on the microphone. That's for damn sure. All right, come on, Jared. But they have to have a storyline that's going to be good enough for The Rock to do it. You know, it has to mean something. They're not going to just bring him back just to bring him back for a match, like he was saying on the Pat McAfee show. It needs to be able to change wrestling and the direction of where wrestling is going. So whether it be like a bloodline thing, and they kind of, you know, miss that opportunity there, and they don't want Roman, you know, necessarily to lose to a guy that's just a movie star part-timer. It has to, you know, make sense, you know. Whether that's like Rock versus LA Knight, and he puts LA Knight over, you know, in that direction of LA Knight, you know, getting into superstardom, even though he's already kind of there, you know, with the catchphrases and the merch sales, you know. But I would assume like Rock and obviously Roman Reigns would be the most exciting. But, you know, Roman is kind of basic in his wrestling skills. But I think LA Knight and The Rock, you know, that would be something. I mean, to really put a guy over, you know. But we'll see. But if we end up getting, you know, Rock, you know, versus Roman, of course I'm going to love that. Jared Kellenick with the walk. Let's go, Jared. Great to have you back, brother. We missed you. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Let's not get hit by a pitch today. LA Knight, yeah. And I'll get reflect some photos when he comes back from his walk. I did 2 today. So I got a third one I got to do with Paisley. Simple. I would not bet on this game because, like I said, it could go either way. Both pitchers are amazing. It looks like it's going to be a pitcher's duel. There is a chance that both teams don't get to 5 runs. And normally when we don't get to 5 runs, we lose 90 to 95% of the time. And this is the freaking Dodgers. So I think that we can win this game. Tomorrow we got Kershaw versus Bryce Miller. I'm not sure if I would bet on that one either, you know, because that one could go definitely either way. But the last 10 games, right, the Dodgers, I believe, are 5-5, and we're like 4-6. I have to look at the numbers in the last 10 games. But I believe that's what it was, something of that nature. So it's like, you know, both teams haven't really been the greatest. You know, both of us are like kind of neck and neck where and no team is like 8-2 or 9-1. So it's up to you if you want to bet on the game. But I mean, the way the flow of the game that it's going, both pitchers are pacing for 10 Ks. So a lot of times when it goes like that, we have to wait for the starting pitching to go out, Bobby Miller and obviously George Kirby. And then whoever's got the better mid relievers might be able to squeak out a win. But I don't see a lot of runs in this game. You know, maybe a 3-2 game or a 4-3 game, unless after George Kirby and Bobby Miller go out, then we have like a, you know, run a palooza. You know, if we get a bunch of hits, hit a palooza, you know, it gets all crazy, but I'm not sure. But if it was me, I mean, I couldn't even tell you who's going to win. My dad's team, the Dodgers, even a fan since the 50s, or me with the Mariners, a fan since the 80s. So, and I definitely had to give him a call. I haven't talked to him in a minute, and we had a good 10-minute combo. And I told him good luck, and hopefully we end up getting this dub. Do you have a particular photo or anyone that you want? I don't know if you already wrote it in the chat before. Anything specific that you want? Cardinals or Iowa Hawkeyes or Indianapolis Colts? You want Richardson? You want T.J. Hawkinson? Do you want something from your Cardinals? You let me know, and I got you. Dan Quinn is a coordinator, not a head coach, though. He's already went down the road of being a head coach, you know, with Atlanta. And it's like sometimes coordinators are better being coordinators. So if it was me, Pete at head coach would be the better person to have there. You know, like I said, it's not necessarily all his fault. Like I said, you're the head coach, right? He's not out there running routes or throwing the football, right? It basically comes down to is your offensive line needs work and your defense. And think about it. How many teams that have weak O-lines and defenses that aren't really there, right, that can win games on a regular basis? It's very hard in the NFL. So, you know, all these people can say all these rumors here and there, but, Dan Quinn ain't coming to Seattle, you know. Like I said, I would assume that he's gonna stay there. And then if he was gonna be a head coach, right, then he would be the head coach of the Cowboys. He's not gonna go to Seattle as the head coach. At least I wouldn't think. I mean, if they offered it to him and fired Pete, yeah, he would come. But I don't think that they will fire Pete anytime soon. Or Schneider. You're going to get the best out of your players. And obviously, Dan Quinn is a coordinator, and it's different when you can call plays rather than call plays and be a leader. It's a totally different process. That's why a lot of OCs and DCs, they can't end up being successful as a head coach because it's too much pressure. You have to be able to, connect with a lot of different personalities and egos. And Pete's really good at that. And he's a player's coach. Dan Quinn is just more of a, scheme guy and a coordinator. And obviously we've already seen him as a head coach and it didn't work out. So that's facts. Let's go. Depressed Mr. Matt in the building. What's good? All right. Dodgers due up. I got to close the curtain here. It's getting super dark outside here in Oregon. All right, next up for the Dodgers. Shortstop, Miguel Rojas. Batting second baseman, that Hall of Famer, Mookie Betts. And batting third, another Hall of Famer, first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Let's go, baby. Is that Marco Gonzalez's wife? Marco's wife? Oh, yeah, definitely. Dodgers, Braves, they're the two best teams in the National League, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Phillies or the Brewers, do something special. You never know who they might be able to knock off, right? And then on the American League side, I mean, who is it going to be? Astros, Rangers, Mariners, who the hell knows, right? And then you got the Tampa Bay Rays and the Orioles. They're going to be good. No one really knows what's going to happen. And then you can't throw out the Blue Jays out of the mix either, too. So we got about 6, 7, 8 teams in the American League, and then maybe 2 that are really powerful in the National, and then maybe 2 or 3 that might surprise. So it's definitely going to be a very, very fun postseason. The only team that poses a threat to the Astros is the Mariners. I agree, 100%. I think I know another team, I would say the Orioles. I would say the Orioles and the Mariners, that's who I'm hoping that can get to the ALCS, and I hope it's Dodgers and Braves and the NLCS. That's my dream. But I would want to play Houston. I would want to play the Astros to get to the ALCS. I would want to beat them to get to the the Orioles, or play the Astros to get to the World Series, which would be pretty cool too. So we have this Dodgers set, and then we also have Rangers, Astros, Rangers. So the last 3 series is really going to decide who is going to be going to the playoffs, and there's going to be someone in our division, either us or the Rangers, that might miss out on the playoffs, or maybe the Astros, depending on what happens. But not all 3 of us are going to get in. There's going to be one really good team, whether it be the Mariners, the Rangers, the Blue Jays. Someone is going to miss out. So I hope it's not us. Yeah, I mean, most of the teams I feel are better than the Rangers. The Rangers and the Rays are kind of like, they're good, but they have weaknesses. I feel like the Orioles and the Astros and the Mariners are the cream of the crop, and then the wild card is the Blue Jays because no one's really talking about them, but they could get hot at the right time. But I feel like the Rangers and Rays are overrated, the Blue Jays are underrated, and then the real deal Holyfield is the Mariners and the Astros and the Orioles. I feel those are the 3 best, regardless of record. And then obviously Braves and Dodgers in the National League. So, and then again, you never know with the Phillies and the Brewers and some other magical team coming out of the woodworks. Yeah, Twins and Guardians typically in that division too. Whoever it ends up being. Sometimes they're a sleeper, but I don't think that they're good enough to beat even like the Blue Jays. Or a team that's the others that I mentioned. Usually the Guardians are the better team between the 2, depending on where they're at. But if you end up looking at, where we're looking at the standings, I mean, I don't think anyone really believes in them. It would be shocking, right? It would be shocking if the Minnesota Twins since they're better than the Guardians this year if they end up upsetting someone. But it is possible, but nobody's talking about them. But I would say they're the worst team as far as, as depth, pitching, hitting, and they have a good team, but I just don't think that they're better than the Blue Jays or the Rays or the Orioles or the Rangers or the Astros or the Mariners. They're on the bottom of the totem pole, but they could surprise. They could. So Cubs and Phillies, yeah. I would assume the Phillies will be the team to watch out for, just like they were last year. That's the biggest threat to the Dodgers and the Braves. Got him. Nice. 5-6-3 double play, baby. Hell yeah. Marco Gonzalez. Good to see him. All right, let's take a look at some stats. See who is up next. All right, so standings, we got the Orioles at 91 and 55, Rays at 92 and 57, Blue Jays at 81 and 67. That's in the East. Twins 77 to 70 in the Central, and they're 7 games up on the Guardians, 7.5. Then the Astros are 83 and 64. Texas is 82 and 65. Mariners are 81 and 65. We are the best division in baseball based off those 3 teams. All be so close to each other. Then we got the Braves, and then the Brewers, and then the Dodgers, and then you'll have to watch out for the Giants, the Cubs, and the Phillies to see what they'll do. It'll be very interesting. It's going to be a very exciting time, let me tell you. Let's go, baby. All right, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Rojas. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Josh Rojas, first pitch fastball, right all over it in the bottom of the third. We're still at 0-0 at pitcher's duel today and tomorrow. Let's go, Rojas. I had to get you a new photo. You look like a pimp. Let's go. Next up, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Chief in the building. What's good? JP? Uh-oh. They take the horse out there. Chief, how are you, brother? There we go. Thank you, bro. It's just something else that I can add, when the game goes to a commercial or if it ends up, not having any sound. It's something that I can put up at any point. I used it for our fantasy draft, and I'll continue to use that. It's the best free music that they offer, throughout the platform. That sounds the best. So thank you. I appreciate that. How's everybody doing tonight? Julio is up. Big swing and a miss. Let's go, J-Rod. We need you, baby. Bottom of the third, 0-0. Runner at second, 0-1 count. Let's go, J-Rod. Big swing and a miss, 0-2 count. $23 hairs. Let's get to a hundo. Let's do it. Trying to look to see if there's a particular game that I can do. Chief with a 15er. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very much. Since I'm not going to be doing the Oregon game at 5, because I'm going to be taking the girlfriend out to Olive Garden for dinner, and I'm not going to be doing this game, Dodgers, Mariners, Clayton Kershaw, Bryce Miller, tomorrow at 7. Julio popped up, routine play to left field, 2 away. So I'm thinking we're going to do a college football game. Maybe I can do some reaction videos, but I was thinking that we would do a college football game tomorrow morning. Florida State plays at 9, Penn State at 9. Utah's at 11, Notre Dame 11:30, Georgia is at 12:30. We could do that, or Alabama at 12:30. North Carolina, I could watch obviously Drake May go against Minnesota at 12:30 on ESPN. Iowa's on at 12:30, but Ohio State's on at 1. I want to know who Gus Johnson's doing. So, like, if Gus Johnson's doing the game, I mean, I don't know if he's doing the Ohio State game. Sarah, do you know what game Gus Johnson's doing? And then Washington and Michigan State, that would probably be the game that at 2 o'clock, that would be the latest I could do a game. Washington versus Michigan State, they're both 2-0. It's on Peacock. I would consider doing that one because I love Michael Penix Jr. Thank you, Chief. I appreciate you very much. $15 dono and a $2 dono. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for that YouTube grind. He says he recognizes. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $15 dono. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you very much. And also doing all those reaction videos too. I mean, it's a lot of fucking work, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer. He said, yeah, the draft tune, baby. $2 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $2 holla. Thank you. I appreciate you very, very much. Let me know what you want to see for photos. And I got all the people that have donated. Reflect, Sarah, as well as Chief. Anything specific you want to see? Cool. If not, I totally understand. I just throw it out there. So there we go. Yeah, I'm going to be watching a lot of college. So appreciate you. $40 hairs, 60 to go. So what are we thinking, Sarah, for tomorrow? Since he's doing Penn State, Illinois. Damn it. Why does he have to do that one? But I gotta make sure we're doing I have to do something, and obviously I can start doing some reaction videos, but there's nothing really worth reaction video to do in the morning games. So I think that we should do either Georgia, South Carolina to see what a beast baseball or no football team looks like. Alabama, South Florida. That one's on ABC. Beavers play San Diego State on FS1, which I wouldn't mind doing for the Beaver fans. And then Oklahoma is on, but I don't care to do that. North Carolina would be good for Drake May. And then Washington, Michigan State, it looks kind of the most intriguing. Doing that one possibly from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. But Washington, Michigan State, Ohio. No, I don't want to do Ohio State. That'll be too much of a blowout. North Carolina, Minnesota with Drake May. Oregon State, San Diego State. That one I would consider. And then Alabama or Georgia. So I guess me and Sarah will talk about that, and we can decide what game we want to do. If we want, the Georgia game is projected to win by 27. Alabama is projected to win by 33.5. Oregon State's projected to win by 24.5. Oklahoma is projected to win by 28.5. North Carolina only 7. So that one could be good. And Michigan State, Washington by 16.5, but they're on the road. So I'm kind of leaning towards Washington and Michigan State. To me, that looks like kind of the sexiest game besides North Carolina and Minnesota with Drake May. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Okay, no problem. You want Dwayne Johnson, Sarah? Okay. Well, 0-0 in the fourth, so I'm not really surprised. I knew this was going to be low scoring, and normally when it's low scoring, the Mariners lose. So we'll see. Kelenic, one away. Yeah, I'm thinking Drake May or Michael Penix Jr. I want to be able to see, I want to see some goats. I want to see like those guys. If I haven't been able to do any Drake May reactions yet, but I need to. Like I said, that was like the one guy that I wanted to try to get done. But the matchups, like I said, just with my time and everything. But we'll definitely get some in. Remember this rivalry back in the day when the action figures came out and we went crazy for this? Rock in his prime, Cena in his prime. This was something. I remember this because I ended up buying a bunch of wrestling figures, and I remember watching that, kind of being on my heels a little bit. Some goats right there. There we go, George. Bam, 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 another K. Nice splitter. And let me get some reflect photos here just of like some OGs because even though he left, he'll be back. But let's just throw up a couple for him to show that love and appreciation. So we'll hit him with a Randy because obviously we know he's a GOAT. Big unit. We'll hit you with the Lou Pinella, our OG manager. And a little Edgar, a little bit of Edgar for your life. JD Martinez pops up, and that is the end of the top of the fourth inning. It's been very, very pitching friendly today. Yeah, we need some runs. Not a lot of home run balls or foul balls for that matter. So if you end up getting one at the game against the Dodgers, it's going to be extra special, baby. Let's go. All right, so I got those. I'm gonna throw up some stuff for you, Chief will Chief. So let's just get some Chief photos up. So let's do that. Well, in honor of Chris Jones and Travis Kelce coming back, how about we throw up a couple of those for you? I think that would be appropriate. So can't wait to watch him play, man. Got the spinning logo. Appreciate you. Chief will Chief, Sarah, Megan, reflect. I appreciate you. I'll get you a few more once we go to another commercial break. Who's the man? Chief will Chief is the man. It's my dog. Appreciate you, bro. Chiefs look really good on the screen. You know what I mean? Like when you see like certain like photos that just like pop and stand out. I mean, it's like anything Chiefs is just phenomenal. Reflect in the building. What's good? It's a pitching duel. You have anyone specific that you want to see with photos reflect, like an old school Mariner player that might be able to give us some luck? I did the Lou Pinella and the Randy and the Edgar for you, but I want to make sure I can give you something that, if you got someone that in mind, like Alvin Davis or Harold Reynolds or Joey Cora or Chris Bossio or, something like that. Macklemore, Buhner, you let me know. Bottom of the fourth, 0-0. This one, like I said, I already knew that this was going to go this particular way. So, all right, Megan, take care. Yeah. I mean, like I said, when I'm looking at the matchups, what excites me the most out of the timetable that I have, I can't do, Hawaii and Oregon at 5 or the Mariners and the Dodgers at 7 because that's what I would be doing. I'd be doing one of those two games, probably the Oregon game, maybe the Mariner game. I would have to like contemplate, but I got to go to dinner and then I'll be back at noon on Sunday to do reaction videos and go that route. But I'm kind of thinking Washington, Michigan State. To me, that is the most exciting matchup for me. So I'm thinking that's the one that we're going to do. And that'll be at 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So I think that's the matchup that we're going to end up doing tomorrow, Sarah. So that way it's not too early at 9 a.m. It'll be 4 o'clock your time. And then we'll bust out Washington and hopefully they can get the upset win or they're favored. But it'll be a tough win against a Michigan State team that's confident, that's at home 2-0. And Washington's 2-0. So this will be a very good test. Gino, back, gone, baby. Yeah, baby. Odin's son in the building. I'm sorry I couldn't FaceTime you, with the concert that you were at. Let's go, Gino. 1-0, Mariners. My boy. Let's go. 1-0, Seattle. Let's go. We needed that. Nice job, Gino. And usually Gino and Cal will be hot late in the season. So love you too, bro. Sorry I couldn't pick up. I was behind schedule. Took a nap and then I took a shower and tried to prep and making the thumbnail took a hell of a lot longer and getting the prep. So I apologize. Oh, no worries, bro. You're all good. Popped up for Jared Kelenic. 2 away. Yeah. But you're my boy. I was even talking to my family about and I was, like showing them like like when you ended up going on to that little river area, and how like you were the first one that really like believed, and donated before anyone else did. And, it's really special. It's like we have a very good bond and friendship. So I appreciate you, brother. One-handed grab with that homer was sweet. I just saw the replay there. Heck yeah. He's got the teal Mariner, jersey on. He's sitting next to his buddy, the Dodger fan. Let's go. That was sweet. Memories are always made at Dodger Mariner games. Like you're always going to see something like that. Like someone catch a ball with their beer, someone with a one-handed grab, someone that's got a baby on their chest that ends up making a catch. Like there's always crazy stuff that happens when the Mariners play the Dodgers in Seattle. Yes. Beer in one hand, ball in the other. So I'm looking at the schedule. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if Georgia and Alabama were playing someone better, I would consider doing that. But I think, it would either be Oregon State, San Diego State, for the Northwest people, North Carolina and Minnesota for Drake May. But the one that I am looking forward to is going to be that Washington, Michigan State on Peacock. So that's going to be the one that we're going to do. All right, 1-0 Mariners. You cool with that, Sarah, doing a Washington for Michael Penix Jr.? I think that one. And then you're a Big Ten fan, too. Michigan State's 2-0. Even though Washington's favored by 16.5, it's a lower point spread than any of the other games, that are in the morning or early afternoon. And honestly, it probably will be one of the best games of the weekend as I'm scrolling down. All the other matchups are going to be blowouts. Colorado blowing out Colorado State. Dion giving sunglasses to all the teammates. Game over. All the shit talking. Colorado State's coach said, well, if I'm a head coach, I take my glasses and hat off talking shit. So they're going to lose by 1 billion, Colorado State. Oregon's going to beat Hawaii by 20, 30, 40. Texas is going to beat Wyoming by 20, 30, 40. Almost all these matchups are not like going to be close, besides that Washington, Michigan State, possibly. All the other matchups, and Minnesota, North Carolina, because North Carolina doesn't have a whole lot of NFL players. Their receivers went to the NFL. That Minnesota, North Carolina could be close. They only are favored by 7. So those would be the 2 games that I would want to do. North Carolina, Minnesota. Maybe I'll do a reaction video to that one this week, because I Drake May is deserving of a reaction video. And then Washington and Michigan State. Okay. All right, sounds good. That way I can at least get my college football in. I can watch the Ducks and replay later, in the Mariner game replay later, and I can watch it, but I'm going to go out to dinner, probably wait 45 minutes for, some fettuccine Alfredo with a crispy chicken with soup, and then with the breadsticks and whatnot, and then head back and probably end up watching something on Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Hulu, and then coming back, at noon, and then doing reaction videos on the NFL side. So what do you think, Sarah, about Sunday Night Football? I mean, we're only 34 subs away, so I don't necessarily think I have to skip Sunday Night, football yet, because we're growing, but I know that I'll get more views and possible more subs if I skip Sunday Night Football once in a while and then pump out those reaction videos if there's ones worth pumping out. So I guess it depends on how good the morning and afternoon games are. And then if I want to skip out on a Sunday Night Football, because I'm not going to skip Monday night or Thursday night, but Sunday night, I mean, that is a prime time to be able to get reaction videos done. So, I mean, I would normally just want to do games, but again, if we're not going to hit the goal and we're going to be sitting at like $50 or less, skipping a Sunday night matchup to get more reaction videos out there would be worth it to me. Now, if we're going to end up hitting 100 or more on every Sunday Night Football game, then I'll just do Sunday night, and I'll do as many as I can, like 2 or 3 before Sunday night, and then maybe 1 after, and then people will just have to wait for those other ones on Monday, and I'll just have to pump out like 7 on Monday or something. So, but normally I wouldn't want to skip a stream, especially something significant in Sunday Night Football. But if it can help us, get to that 20,000 subscriber number and help us on the sub count and the views, then that would be something that I would sacrifice, the donos for that particular day to get more subs and more views and possibly more goats on the channel. So 83-65 Astros, 82-65 Rangers, and then we're 1.5 back. Mariners. 1-0 Mariners in the top of the 5th. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Valhalla. I imagine that he's doing the game as well. That would be a cool collab to do. I know Rooftop Sports, and Jake Trident, they want to do a collab, and maybe we'll end up doing that at some point. But as far as baseball, besides those two being Mariner dudes, Valhalla would be the one that I would want to stream with as a collab. But we're both kind of set in our ways as being hosts and whatnot. But I think that we would vibe off each other. And I think that regardless if I was on his stream or he was on mine, I think it would be a fun thing to do. Maybe if we played each other, Dodgers, Mariners, World Series, or if we play each other during the regular season like this. But that would be a fun collab. And I think it would be, something that would help us both. So, yeah, shout out to him. That's my boy. Make sure when the next time that you hop in there, you tell him I said what's up. Does he know that you're my lead mod in the, for the channel? But anytime I hop into a stream, I usually send him a couple positive messages and tell him that he's doing great. It's better not to be a hater and to show some love for someone that's working really hard at his dream too. So. All right, we're 34 subs away still from 20,000. So we'll see how good the Sunday morning games are in the afternoon. And if there's a lot of good shit, to do reaction video wise, then maybe I'll consider skipping Sunday Night Football. But it also depends on who's playing. Like, I don't really give a shit about the Patriots, but I really want to watch the Dolphins. I want to see, if Tua can actually get a dub in New England and if he can end up throwing for more than 200 yards. And Tyreek is the fastest player, obviously at a wide receiver position. Will they shut him down? Or, because New England, that's a trap game. They could definitely win that game at home. Big swing and a miss. The Dolphins are the better team, but if you're going to be going into New England, Belichick will try to take away as much as he can from Waddle and Tyreek. And, they actually do have a pretty good secondary there too. So $40 here, 60 to go. Swing and a miss, got him. All right, just responded to Chief. Will Chief with the $15. Forgot to respond back on the little heart thumbs up after. Appreciate you, brother. All right, top of the fifth, 1-0 Mariners. If you're just hopping in, it's been a pitching duel. And, what do we got right here? We got George Kirby, 4.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Miller, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 Ks. And Eugenio Suarez with a homer in the bottom of the fourth. So that's pretty much it. Let's go Mariners. Rojas. Oh, back. Gone. No. Uh-oh. Here come the runs. Damn it. The guy least likely to homer. He's in the 9 hole. Shortstop Miguel Rojas with a 2-run homer. My dad is smiling. He says, take that, O-Dog. Rojas. Hayward. Up out of the zone, and he pulled it too. So that wasn't really necessarily a bad pitch. It wasn't right down the middle, but he just pulled it and then went right over the wall. Kelenic didn't even attempt to jump up and get it. Damn it. Oh, 2 inches above the inside corner. I mean, that was a garbage pitch. And somehow he got locked in and pulled that ball for a homer. Like, that's something you would see Julio do, but not number 9 hitter Miguel Rojas or Miguel Vargas. Those are like their lower end guys. Oh, boo Dodgers. Boo my dad. Boo daddy. Boo my dad. My dad's so happy right now. 2-1 Dodgers. Especially when you get it from like the guy least likely to homer in the lineup or one of the bottom 2 guys least likely. But I knew the runs were going to come at some point. We're 2 good teams. We're the Mariners and we're the Dodgers, right? My 2 favorite. So of course we're going to get it done. Boo's dad. Yeah. I was going to come over here and look at the Kike Hernandez ball, but then all of a sudden the homer came out. So no, that would not be a good idea. But the cool thing about the Kike Hernandez ball, like each ball that I've gotten it at different points in the game, which you have different scuffs and colors on them. So my Kike Hernandez ball is the most colorful. I got that one in the first inning after they already scored 2 runs in the top of the first. And it's got like orange and blue. There's some dirt on it. So I got that one in the first. My knees bled. There we go, George. Another K. Bang. And then I got the Aaron Judge in the 4th or 5th inning. It was somewhere in the middle of the game. I have to go back and look to see if it was the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th, somewhere in there. And then I got the Julio rookie ball in the 9th. And not only in the 9th, the bottom of the 9th. Like there's only going to be one opportunity, and he didn't even have that many foul balls in that entire game. I imagine he probably had the entire at bat, maybe like 4 or 5, and if you were lucky enough to get one. But yeah, I'm just happy that I went to go to the crapper to go take a piss or just go up there, and then it was full, and I saw this old guy standing in front of the stall with his hands on his hips and like a cane, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's going to be next, and I'm never going to get in. And they have all the stalls that are like next to each other. Everyone's in there. And I'm like, shit, I need to go back and watch the game. So I said, screw it. I'm gonna hold the pee. Go, and I took a picture at the top of the concourse, right at the food cart and like the concession area, and it just looked beautiful. And something just told me something special was going to happen. Walked down to my seat, picked up my phone, messaged my dad, put it down, looked up, and then dink, Julio foul ball hit the guardrail right in front of me. Boink, boink, bounces twice, lands in the seat in front of me where the guy and his kid went to go take a piss at the same time. Moral of the story: if you have to take a piss, don't, because if you do, you'll miss out on a Julio foul ball from his rookie year. Oh, baby. And sometimes, these magical things happen. I can't explain it, but at least I didn't get assaulted, on that one. That's the only baseball that I haven't got assaulted on is the Julio. But if that guy was there, we might have scrapped. I wasn't going to knock him over, his kid over, you know what I mean? But it would have been very interesting if he was there, who would have gotten the ball. It would have been either me or him, for sure. So. Yeah. Because the Kike Hernandez guy had a ZZ Top beard, and he had a mitt, and he was on the guardrail. And then on the other side of the guardrail was the LeBron James jersey Dodger fan, and I was third in a row behind him. I had that grandma and grandpa that I envisioned 10 years prior in a dream was actually there, and I had to slide past the grandma and grandpa. And by the time the guy dropped it with his mitt twice, here and then here, and it bounced on the ground, I slid past him. The grandma's purse was wrapped around my foot. She got scared. She left for 3 innings, probably to go to the bathroom, and I don't know if she peed herself or she went to go get some drink or food. She probably was scared that I did that. I didn't touch her, but just the fact that all that commotion in front of them was, I think the husband kind of liked it. The 90-year-old husband was like, yeah, but I think his wife was a little scared, right? But then it went on the ground, scooped it with my offhand, and to scoop it with your left hand, knowing that that's your off, but I was like, I'm grabbing it. I'm T-Rexing it, right? And then he body checked me from behind, knees hit the steps, blood everywhere, and then we already know about the Karen in the Aaron Judge ball, where she turned around, slapped my leg, and screamed at me like a Karen. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Like Aaron Judge was throwing the ball to specifically her, which could have been. She was very, very cute, young blonde in her 20s and whatnot. But there was the Yankees section, so it was Preston and her and then me, and we were one row behind her. But of course, when a ball is coming as a foul ball, or if Aaron Judge is throwing a ball into the Yankee crowd or Mariner crowd, of course I'm going to lean behind or side or forwards if I know I'm going to have a shot, right? And all 3 of our hands hit the ball. It went up in the air, and your boy hit it with the Spider-Man, right? And then it was game over. Your boy's got the best reflexes in the game. So, and she got pissed. She was mad. She's like, oh, that my one chance to be able to get an Aaron Judge ball in my lifetime. And my answer to that is have better hands. Because if you didn't have hands of stone, then maybe you would have got it, or maybe Preston would have got it. And the crazy thing is, Preston had a mitt. She didn't, I didn't, and luckily it went, because where we were sitting in that one, I wasn't on the aisle. Every baseball I've gotten, I've always been on the aisle so I could go up and down. I have an advantage, right? And then anyone I'm sitting with will let me have that seat because they know I have a better chance getting a ball than they do. But then with that Aaron Judge one, we were in seats 7 and 8, dead middle, where we can't move anywhere besides a foot in front of us, behind us, the left and the right. So if that baseball literally does not come within that radius, there is no way that ball, because if it falls to the ground, I can't reach over her and go underneath her seat, because someone's going to get it, like her husband or boyfriend, or whoever was there. So it had to go in the air for me to have any chance, or Preston to have any chance to get it. So, but she, but it was crazy too, because then her mom got pissed and told me to shut the fuck up after and whatnot. And the son and the boyfriend were embarrassed, I think, because she did that. Like the whole, it's like cat etiquette, like baseball etiquette. You don't touch anybody at a ball game. Because if I would have did that, I would have been arrested, and I wouldn't have done that. But bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Dodgers. But I had other Yankee fans near me. There was an OG guy that was like 100 that was wearing a Mickey Mantle Mitchell and Ness. Dopest shit ever. And I was like, damn. I was like, dude, this guy's an OG, and I love it. It reminds me of my dad in that era. And and then there was also this other brunette that was with her son, and then she offered a couple hundred, and like I said, even because Aaron Judge homered in that game also, and obviously that ball easily would be worth like 250 to 300, because like Yankee fans, to be able to get Aaron Judge homer, no one's going to give that up, but of course, if a Yankee fan was close by, they're going to offer, 250, 300, 350. Hell, they were offering me 200-300, and my ball, it got touched by, I'm trying to think about how many Yankee players after the last out was, allotted, and Giancarlo had it, and the pitcher had it, catcher had it, Aaron Judge had it, and then maybe one other player. So maybe about 5 or 6 of the 9 that were out there. But Aaron Judge was the one that, obviously threw it. So got his DNA and his fingerprints on it. So that's the ball to get. If you're going to get one that's not a foul ball or home run, that an Aaron Judge ball thrown to you after an inning ends and the crazy thing is they didn't even throw out the ball after every inning like JP Crawford does. He does it on purpose for the fans after every inning, which is the coolest thing ever, right? So it gives you an opportunity to get an extra ball if you don't get a home run or a foul ball. I really appreciate that. The fans do as well. That's why we love Seattle, right? But on the Yankee side, they saw so many rabid Yankee fans screaming, yelling, let's go Yankees, do. They only threw the ball after the inning ended 3 times. And I was just lucky enough to get the one. One was a little flip to a little kid in like the first 2 rows. Another was a little flip to about maybe 5 rows back, to another kid. And then that last one where we were about 10 rows to 15 rows back, and then we got the Aaron Judge. Hey, I hit 62 homers, big dog throw. So yeah, Jade Cargill is done. Remember, she's going to WWE. Yes, I saw that. Hopefully they'll put her in the proper matches, and then you can get Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair, or maybe Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill can be a tag team, and they can be like flexing and I don't know, man. Like there's a lot of stuff you could do. Jade Cargill and Charlotte, Jade Cargill, Bianca. There's a lot of these rivalries that you could do, but I think like Bianca and Jade Cargill as like a faction. I'm just trying to talk it out to the universe. I would like to see Montez Ford be a part of the faction too, but I don't know. And it's not just because they're brothers and sisters, obviously, it's like, when you had the Hurt Foundation and, the Hurt business, you got to be able to have certain factions. And I don't know. That just is the first thing that popped into my head. Either wrestling, Charlotte or Bianca, and for her size, even though she's kind of raw, she could learn a lot from Charlotte and from Bianca and be a little bit more refined in her skills because she's got the strength, but she still kind of walks around the ring like a UFC fighter. So if she can get a little bit more smooth with it, and I think Bianca could teach her some shit, that could be something special. The rivalry or tagging up, I think would be incredible. That would put the women's division on and I heard that they're with the crossover, with the Endeavor and the UFC. They're talking about doing like a trios thing like AEW has, different weight class belts. So I like it. More opportunities for more wrestlers to get on TV to make a name for themselves, which I like. Top of the 6, 2-1, Dodges. Kirby not with his best game, but the game is under 5 runs. So, yeah, Jade and Charlotte would be good, but I think Jade and Bianca Belair would be number 1. Not because it's just Sista versus Sista, but I think that they would match up by physicality really, really well. And Charlotte is really smooth. Jade is just really powerful. So it would be something that you could see that as a rivalry, but I would like to see that Bianca first, either with them like being a team or battling it out and then becoming a team or something of that nature. But I mean, Jade Cargill got the look. She's got the steroids look for sure. 2-1 game, top of the 6. Will Smith in the box. Kirby still on the mound. My dad is loving it. McDonald's, I'm loving it. This is the only Will Smith I like anymore. I used to love Fresh Prince. I used to love all those movies. Independence Day, Men in Black, 1, 2, and 3. Right? I still can't excuse the behavior though. Hit him. Hope he's okay. Will Smith just got beaned by Kirby. I mean, Will Smith is someone that if you watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or listen to him and DJ Jazzy Jeff, in the movies, it was like, this guy's a hero. This guy is amazing. A role model, but when you end up getting with the wrong partner and then it ends up, messing up your mental health, you end up out, you end up lashing out at the wrong person. And obviously he can't lash out like that to, obviously we know who it is, but that's when someone got a slap that didn't deserve it. So I feel sorry, because like I said, when you love someone, sometimes you only see the good, you don't see the bad. They're not good for you. They don't love you. They're taking advantage of you. And at some point, you have to get strong enough to leave and start over and be scared, and then end up meeting some other amazing person that will treat you good the rest of your life. And Will Smith could have that. I mean, it's like, I get it. You have the whole family and the kids, but if she don't love you and she's disrespecting you and she's cheating on you and she's, bad mouthing you and making you look like a punk all the time, like, I don't know. I want the old Will Smith back. I want the happy Will Smith back. That way I can get back on board the Will Smith train, but I can't, based off, but maybe one day he'll have the courage to do so. Then it would be really cool because I know he's fallen out of favor with a lot of the American public, But always remember, there's a cause and effect. It's never good to be able to put your hands on anyone, men, women, women, men, whatever, But ultimately, a lot of times when that happens is because they had trauma. And then that trauma and drama led to him wanting to slap the hell out of a comedian, right in the mouth. So. And him not getting arrested afterwards was really crazy too, because then it kind of shows you who's got the power in Hollywood and who doesn't, and who's viewed a certain way. There we go. Damn it. Uh-oh. He's going home. Will Smith is running, and he's safe. 3-1 Dodgers. Damn it. Wow, Will Smith was running. Max Muncy. He said, look at me. And then they'd be doing. That's my dad's thing. That's a Dodge. I can't be doing that. I mean, I'll do that only if the Mariners get eliminated and then the Dodgers are still in it. Then you see me. I see you. I like the camaraderie, though. You know what I mean? Something silly, but, you can do as a handshake or a dance, to bring the players together. I like that shit. Some people think it's cheesy and corny. I fucking love it. I don't love it when we're down fucking 3-1, though. Damn it. Max being Mad Max, what's usual? Him and Gino chopping it up. Here's one of the more dangerous DHs that's playing in, the last, how many years? You might remember him from the Boston Red Sox, DH JD Martinez, and he's literally been their DH all year. Think about how nice it would be to be like, yep, we got Edgar Martinez. He's the DH. No one else, and that's what they have with, obviously JD Martinez. And he's paid off. I imagine Boston is thinking to themselves, oh, I wish we had JD Martinez, Mookie Betts, and all these guys that we ended up leaving. They wanted to rebuild. Top of the 6th, 3-1 Dodgers. Runner at third, JD Martinez. I like him. He's old, right? But as far as being an older player, JD still got game. Like if you had to play him somewhere, he could still play in a position. But just having him use his bat, it's like Edgar. It's the ultimate weapon. People don't realize that, how Edgar and how good he was with hitting for contact and power. And look, there he is. 4-1. Just like I talk a guy up, and then he's like, you know what? Sports gods are like, yeah, this motherfucker is right. He's like, he's a Mariner fan, but he knows. He ain't a hater. There's the RBI. I would take him on the Mariners in a heartbeat. Damn it, JD. Next up, left fielder David Peralta. No more good talk for the Dodgers. All right, that's it. That's the last of the good talk. Now everything's going to be good Mariners. Because I can't keep saying compliments and then going to 5-1 and 6-1, then we're going to lose. But we're still in range at 4-1. We do need to get out of this inning, though. And then I'll start talking some good juju for the Mariners. Well, like I said, like I told my dad, it's not like our pitchers, when we play a good team, or even when we don't, just because we have Kirby, Miller, Castillo, Mariner fans know now, since we've cooled off, even Logan Gilbert, nothing is automatic. There's no guarantee that pitcher, regardless if he's going to get a Cy Young, Luis Castillo, or, you're in the consideration or not, no matter who our top 4 pitchers are, they're all fucking beasts. They are all some of the best in Major League Baseball. But Mariner fans are not stupid. We know that just because some people think they're going to get 8 to 10 Ks or win automatically, we know better that they may go for 2 to 4 Ks and get pulled within the first 4 innings. There is no guarantee that these pitchers even make it past the 6th inning. And if there is one that would, surprisingly, it's Logan Gilbert. 13-5 record. Remember when I told him, and I told you guys, maybe depression, anxiety. He lost the love for baseball, his facial expression, depressed dog. Started off with a couple wins. They went on a skid. Sad dog, sad dog. And I said, I believe in you. I'm not going to give up on you. We're not going to trade you. You're going to get out of this. He's literally been the best pitcher since. So sometimes talking that good juju in the universe will help someone that, used to be the 1, went to the 2 as Castillo came in, and then now is the 4. But maybe he's the guy that we can trust the most now. So it shows you, yes, George Kirby is the all-star. Yes, Bryce Miller's got the heater. Yes, Luis Castillo is known as the most popular and the guy that was really bringing the heat last year, but not as good this year. Logan Gilbert is quietly creeping in that 4 hole as maybe our most reliable dude, in the last couple months? I mean, how do you go from 4-5 record, and some people think you're overrated or whatever, and they don't want to talk shit. You're in a slump, sad dog, and then boom, 13-5 or 13-4. It's like you're right there. Like you've won pretty much 8, 9 games, 10 games, and you've lost like 1. So no one's been hotter. So, and that makes my heart feel good because I didn't want Kelenic to go. And I know with Sarah's like, oh, the Cardinals we're going to get Logan Gilbert, or, they wanted, some of the players. I get it. Some people, but you don't trade a guy like that. Logan Gilbert, even when he struggles, it's not Marco Gonzalez anymore. It's not Robbie Ray. It's not Woo, Gilbert is starting to prove that he's still in the consideration of being a 1 or a 2. It's just, he would have to do that on another team. But just the fact that we have a guy that was a 1, that went to a 2, lost confidence when Castillo came in last year, and then now Bryce Miller and George Kirby, fuck my life. Now I'm the 4th guy. I used to be number 1. Now everyone's forgetting about me, including the fans, except, oh, doggy dog. I never gave up on you. I always believed. And now you gave us the blessing of literally winning like the last 9 or 10 starts after you were 4-5. So sometimes in sports you get surprised. But never underestimate the sports gods, and never underestimate the ESP. I can't explain it, but I was talking to my mom about it too. My mom has it also, but it's not necessarily for sports. So I don't know what that means about our lineage, on the Japanese side and whatnot, but some of us got that ESP though. The Kirby illness, right? Flu, COVID, something like that. And you said that COVID is still going around, but they're not reporting it. It seems like on the news or the newspapers, or, people aren't talking about it. It's like it happened. We bought all the masks and all the protection, right? And did all that. And then now it's like we don't really hear about it anymore. So. Nah, Kirby ain't trying to get traded. Stop being a hater, Brian. Whether you're a Mariner fan or not, stop hating. Kirby's going to have the good times and the bad times. Remember all those great games they played at the beginning of the year, and we could only get 1 or 2 runs? It wasn't his fault that his record is what it is now. His record should be much, much better. Everyone on our team should have a better record besides Logan Gilbert. He earned that shit, And he didn't get run support a lot of times either. Normally Logan Gilbert would have the D lineup, and Castillo, Kirby, and Miller, would have the A to B lineup. So if you get the C-D lineup with like the backup catcher like O'Keefe, and, it's like you got some shithole spots. Yeah, it's harder to win. You don't have as many bats. We're down 4-1. Let's go. Let's go, Julio. Let's go. Julio with another hit. Ballin'. My dude. Modern day Ken Griffey Jr., right, has potential that already, he's a Hall of Fame player. It's a matter of, keep breaking records, keep making Seattle relevant, win a World Series, and then legacy cemented. And then Julio can do something that he can say that Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr., and Ichiro and Edgar couldn't do, as well as, obviously A-Rod on Seattle, is win a World Series here in the Pacific Northwest, which would be bigger than a Blazer championship, a Sonic championship, which we both had back in the day. 70s were good for us, right? So there's been some championships in the Pacific Northwest, but nothing would be bigger than Mariners. Like, even if the Ducks won the Natty, that would be cool for us. Beaver fans wouldn't give a shit. Husky and Cougs, they wouldn't give a shit either, or Trojan fans. But it would be big for us. But with the Mariners, where they cover, not only Seattle, Vancouver, Tacoma, everywhere that's out there in Washington, but Oregon is very, very with the Mariners. Idaho, Montana, Alaska. There's like certain states that are like very, very pro-heavy Mariners. And you'll even get Mariner fans in California, Nevada, Colorado, all across the country. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get the Shohei Ohtani magic. Maybe we won't. Shit, if we can win the World Series with Julio and not have Ohtani, it would probably even mean more. But if we have Ohtani and then we just turn into the Braves and it's must-see TV, and then instead of me being able to get a ticket for $100 to $125 for a good seat to get a ball, that ticket might turn into $250 if Ohtani shows up or something like that. So let's go. Every baseball game is different. It's like, it's a dance. You just never know how things are going to go. Sometimes in wrestling, we think we know how things are going to go in AEW and WWE, and then we get a curveball. But the fans are usually pretty smart. Wrestling, community, some of them are dumb, but just like in anything. Let's go, Cal. 4-1 game, bottom of the sixth, runner at first, 3-2 count, big dumper in the box. Walked him, baby. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about, baby. That's my boy. Love me some Cal. Wouldn't have invested in the autograph rookie card if I didn't. That's big. I bought an autograph rookie of Cal before Kirby or Miller. Obviously, Julio was the first one, but Cal was over the pitchers, so that's a big deal. Next up, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Let's go, Teoscar, Mariner Moose. He's like, yeah, I know this guy's really good. Yeah, I'm right, he is. It's our dude. Started off 0 for 17, which means he didn't get a hit in his first 4 games. And I said, what the hell is going on? And we got ripped off like we did with Robbie Ray. And then he started slow and then has shown that not only, we were doubting you to even be a Mariner next year, or if we even would want you. And now, inexplicably, we are in agreements as a Mariner fan base that there is, you cannot let him go anywhere else. He has to be a part of this with Julio and Kelenic and the others, Dom and Cade Marlowe and our outfield. You have to keep the core together. So anyone that was against, Teoscar being here, including myself, where it was like, oh, whatever. We got Dom, we got Cade Marlowe, Julio, fuck it. But now it's like, no, you have earned the right to be a Mariner. Like, you started slow with the expectations and the money we gave you as the number one guy. Colton Wong was the Wong move. AJ Pollock is garbage. So this was like, woo, this is good. And then you've earned it now. So I want you back 100%. And hopefully you can improve on the strikeouts. With you and Gino, and so it doesn't look as bad when the Mariners have all these Ks and we can be a better team. So nice. All the boots were won. Come on, Teoscar. Let's go, baby. You're the guy that can do it. 25 homers should be 30 homers. We should have Teoscar with 30, Cal Raleigh with 30, Julio with 30, I'm hoping, before the season's over. Everybody safe. It's Mariners chain. Mr. T style, baby. Let's go. A little bit of a fatigue setting in for our boy, Bobby, right? And we love when the pitchers get fatigued, because when they get fatigued, what happens? Mariners, we take over. Miller struck him at, I wish. Not. 2-2 count. Let's go. Come on, Teo. Come on, baby. No strikeouts. No punch outs. Take that big whiff. Okay? Runners at second and third with no outs. Take your time. Hell, take the walk if you need to. Strategize. We got to be a better, smarter team. Like, I wish I could just be like the analytic guy. and just be like, this is what needs to be done as far as an opinion. Do whatever the hell you want, but if you do this, like, or strategize to do this instead of just trying to hit a home run every time, like take the counts. Find that good pitch, take a walk, even if you are a home run hitter. But you know what? He's going to swing. He's going to connect. We're going to get something. Let's go. Bottom of the 6, 4-1. Runners at second and third. 3-2 pitch. Let's go. Yes. Julio scores. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. And just when you want to talk really good about someone on how they deserve to be here, and we want you here, and we apologize that we ever said that we don't want you here. Yeah, we need electricity. We need to be able to have that electricity come out. And you get the electricity all in the lineup now, not in the beginning of the year where it was only one person, right? And one person only for the first 50 or 60 games. This guy, Jared Kelenic. Now the Mariners are doing what we're doing because of this, because of that, because of this, and because of that. And then now you're also getting a little improvement here that you just got a double play. Gino, 4-2 Dodges. You can't get all of them back in one inning. Next up, the guy that gets the ribbies. Let's go, Jared. 4-3 Mariners. Yeah. Double plays happen. You have to understand the Dodgers and Mariners, when we get in a groove, sometimes we'll pop off like multiple innings in a row with double plays or crazy plays. Like, they'll get into a groove or they'll throw a guy out one inning and then they do it the next inning. Or then maybe they haven't done that in like 20 games. Like Cal's been a little bit better with his accuracy from throwing guys out at home, which is a really good thing to see, because once you can become an elite defender, throwing guys out at first, second, and third, and you can hit home runs, like you can do it all, then Cal's going to be considered top 5 catcher in baseball. He's not there yet, but as far as power hitting, he's number 1. Let's go. Let's go. It's my boy. We need him. I love him. And Cade Marlowe ain't him. Dylan Moore, Haggerty compared to Kelenic, he gives us the best chance to win offensively and defensively. Some of us like him. Some of us are a little shaky on him. Guys go through mental health. And honestly, the guys that are going through it the most are going to be Logan Gilbert and Jared Kelenic. And I really root for those guys. Sometimes you need that extra support and love and good juju in the air, especially when some people, have questioned, do they belong here? Are they the right fit? Could we get someone better? And I think both are going to prove that, not only are these pieces that we can't get rid of, that we would be silly to get rid of. So there we go, Jared. Nice to see you come back. And Kelenic got that swag. He just was supposed to be a part of it with Cal, last year, as well as Julio, who got to experience it, as well as George Kirby. He was the 4th amigo out of the 3 amigos. He got left behind and then went to AAA a lot. But he was supposed to be there at the same time in the schedule. It hurt. So, especially when you're a good player. Like, he's above average player. Like, like I said, he's a guy that could get, 25 to 40 home runs and make some defensive plays and some, we needed that bat in the lineup. And he's actually an underrated defender in left field. Sometimes he fucks up and makes dumbass mistakes. But overall, I like what he has out there, and he's better than Dom. He's better than Cade. Julio center field, Teoscar's right, Kelenic is left. Until I see someone that's better than Kelenic and Teoscar, then we got to keep those guys there, because we don't have anybody that's better for now. Candace in the building. What'd it do? Double play. Said it was lucky. I need to go get my Snapple from the freezer. B. All right, I got my Mango Madness Snapple. Now I know the Mariners are going to come back. Bobby Miller, 7 Ks, 91 pitches for Bobby. All right, I see you. I got 2 photos of you. I'm such not a hater that I had to make sure that everyone looks good on my stream, regardless of what player and what team, even visiting. I have to make you look like a pimp. I'm not going to make you look like all the dumb photos. Like, you're going to get the fire ones. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. LA night. Yeah. Mariners, baby. This is our time. The Dodgers, you had your time. Braves, you had your time. Mariners, Orioles, our time. Braves, Dodgers, your time on the other side. Orioles, Mariners, our time. This year, ALCS. I mean, if we can compete with the Dodgers and the Braves, and obviously the Astros and the Rangers are such a good quality 2 teams to match up against. And then you get surprise Orioles and Rays and sometimes Guardians or Twins. Like, you start to realize when you keep getting these Hall of Fame type of players and you start to build something special, you can compete literally with anybody in fucking baseball, even teams that were like way out of our league just a couple years ago. We're like, oh my God, the Dodgers? Oh, fuck, we're going to lose by 6 runs. Now it's like, shit, we might win by 6 runs. We're not afraid, but we just need that pitching and hitting to link up at the same time. And you got a Hall of Famer in Julio. How many other Hall of Famers are on this team? I mean, we have a couple. It seems like we have maybe a couple, that could be there. If Kirby's career goes the way that it should, he should be a Hall of Famer. Julio should be a Hall of Famer. And then up to, others, it depends on their performance and how many World Series that we get. Like, imagine, like, we get some World Series opportunities and wins, and Cal Raleigh's like the hero. What do you think that means for his career? Like, he ends up winning the 3-run home run in the bottom of the 9th, boom, and then we win, like a Game 5 or something. Like, you do some shit like that, then Cal Raleigh starts to become a regular household name, like Buster Posey was, and Pudge, Mike Piazza, like, just you know those guys. Yogi Berra, the catches, the elite ones. Pudge was awesome. I miss Pudge. I wish that Ivan Rodriguez was still around. And Posey was pretty cool too because he was so skinny and small. So you just see this like very skinny Caucasian man, that doesn't really look like they can hit or catch or defend. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, you might be the best goddamn catcher in baseball. That was, obviously that was when Madison Bumgarner was like a god. Like, he was beating everybody. There we go. Like, there was a time where Madison Bumgarner, the ERA was so low that they didn't even know what to do when it got over 1 because it never did. I was like, what the, it's one thing when you're losing as a rival Giants, Dodgers, that right, you lose to them, that sucks if you're a Dodger fan, right? Or if vice versa. But then when the Giants ended up scooping those championships, man, I mean, sometimes all you got to do is be elite for that short period of time, like 5 years. But sometimes that's good enough to, like, your legacy. Got him. Oh, Dylan Moore. Dylan. 4-3 Dodgers. But Mariner fans, we just have to chip away. You can't get it all back in 1 inning. We're not the Atlanta Braves, okay? We're not going to be able to be like, oh, we're down by 3 runs. Let's get it back in the next inning. And then, like, the Braves do it. We're not everyone is built like that. But if you get 1 in the next 2 innings after you get your ass kicked, then you're like, okay, fuck you. I'm going to punch back. I'm going to jab back, and we might lose, but at least we're not going to get embarrassed in front of our home fans. And we need these wins more than the Dodgers. The Dodgers are skating by right now. They already know they're the second best team in the National League. Boom, we're good. Atlanta Braves and us, right? Mariners, we're in a battle to see if we're even going to get into the playoffs, let alone win the division. It's all separated by 1.5. So Rangers, Astros, Mariners, who's going to win the division? The fuck should I know? I mean, you tell me. I'm a Mariner fan, and I got ESP, and I can't even tell you. I don't know. But I'm hoping it's us. We'll find out. We should. Got to be us. Why not us? We're fun to watch. Like, like if you're a non-fan of baseball, the Braves and Dodgers are probably the easiest to watch. But if you're in the American League, I think, Mariners are definitely one of the easiest, options to watch. I mean, I guess unless you're like Yankee fan or something. I like the Orioles baseball style, Blue Jays baseball style. They're fun to watch too. I think our three teams are the funnest. Yeah. Orioles, Blue Jays, Mariners. They all have a good vibe. They're not negative. Fan bases are passionate, and they got cool colors. And it's cool to be able to see teams that fucking suck ass and then end up getting good. And then not only getting good, but being better than everyone else. That normally is a popular name, and being like, hello, we're here. We're the Seattle Mariners. And, it's no longer, Astros and Yankees. Hey, there's some new kids on the block. All right. And we're here. And we're not going anywhere. Blue Jays, Mariners, Orioles, we're not going anywhere. We're sticking around for a while. And at some point, we'll be the best. And they'll be looking up at us and be like, hello, we're big brother now. Now you're little brother, right? Houston Astros, Yankees, you're little brother now. Get used to it. But the Blue Jays are going to be kind of in the middle, I think, to the bottom. Mariners and Orioles' trajectory is much higher. And just like Reflect says, their payroll is like bottom 3. So imagine that they're this good. Like, you might be the best team in the American League, and you don't spend any money. And then if you decide to, then what happens? What the Orioles are going to be like the Dodgers and Braves? Could be. 4-3 Dodgers. Top of the 7th. We have a good game. I knew it would be good. Under 5, though. Mariners need 5 runs and 7 to 10 hits to win every game in the season. Your boy knows, says it every time. So if we end up getting over that, we're winning. But if we don't, we're losing. Get him. Got him. Good. Outman, see you later. Sorry, James, not today. Sorry, Dad. You already got a 4-3 lead, Stop playing with my emotions, Dad. All right. You've been a Dodger fan since the 50s. I get it. But I need this dub. This is more important to our fan base. Your fan base gets there every year without even trying. Right? It's like you guys just blink and you're already like either in the World Series or in the playoffs, because of that rich history and that organization. That they're going to always be competitive. They're not going to fall off like the Yankees. Yeah, it's consistency. As far as good, consistent teams, they're never going to be terrible. Farm system, too good, too smart. Got him. The Mariners, in the next 15 to 20 years, there should be a couple, World Series appearances. So we should have an opportunity to win one. We may not win, if we go twice, but like imagine going this year and losing to the Braves, right, in like 5 or 6 games. No one would think that we could even be good enough to even get there this year. So we're 1 year ahead or 2 years ahead. And then if we go next year and then we win it all, like in that scenario, it would be painful as shit to like overachieve, get super excited, and then lose in like a sweep or 5 or 6 to the Braves. But most people would pick the Braves to beat us, of course. But if we're ahead of schedule and then we feel the pain and then go in saying, fuck that, next year, we're winning it all. And then we do, like, I don't know. Sometimes you got to go through that pain to be able to have that joy, and you got to crawl before you walk. And sometimes you're ahead of schedule or you're behind schedule. But I don't know if we're good enough this year to make it that distance. I would say that would be incredibly shocking. Like on a scale of 1 to 10 in shock factor, it would be a 10. I don't have us going to the World Series. I would be like, what the hell? ALCS is even going to be challenging. Hell, just getting into the playoffs with the Astros and Rangers bitch asses being so good, this might not even be a reality. I mean, if we end up playing shitty in this series and get swept and then play the Rangers, Astros, Rangers, and play like fucking bootios, then we're going home. And then the Blue Jays are going to get the spot. You feel me? Do you feel me? So we can't have that. We have to come back in every opportunity that they give us a chance to stick around, right? We got to take advantage. Our time. Who's got the swag? Orioles. Who's got the swag? Mariners. All right? Braves and Dodgers. Swag. They got it. That's what's important. Orioles, Mariners. Important. Fun to root for. Cool colors. Shitty opportunities and not a lot of long-term success, but loyal fan bases. And then you end up seeing them be good. It's like they're very rootable, like Mariner fans, like when you see me call the games and, you watch them, like there's a swagger to us where it's like that King Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, Edgar Martinez swagger, like the Griffey, Ichiro, big unit swagger. It's back. It's back. Oh, you know what it is. Gotta win this. All right, Mango Madness Snapple. Oh, that must be from the gods. Because whoever was silly enough to come up with Mango Madness Snapple is ridiculous. Come on, Rojas. Let's go. Go, Josh. I got a new photo for you. So fresh and so clean. He's like, look at that. I'm kind of good. You're better than Colton Wong and Jose Caballero. I like you. Keep it up. I'm rooting for you. There's other guys that can be defenders like Colton Wong, but you got to find that right balance of like an amazing hitter and a really good defender and someone that is fast and, that can give you certain, things that other players can't. Sometimes second basemen are like one of the worst, out of the positions, but sometimes they could be a sleeper and be one of the best. Like you can't sleep on shortstops and second basemen. I feel those are like the X factors on the teams because usually those players are overlooked. And if they're really, really good, sometimes they end up being the leader of the team, JP Crawford, or another team. And I like seeing people play that position. It's difficult. People that excel at those, are very good athletes. Underrated position. You got the Dodgers in the money line. Yeah, I would assume that the Dodgers would be favored in every game, even if we're at home, because they're the Dodgers. But both teams haven't been that great. Struck him at, 5-5 and 4-6 are the records for both of our teams. So, no one's like 9-1 and surging. Otherwise, definitely the Mariners would have gotten swept. But with what's on the line for Seattle, we need these wins more than the Dodgers. They can coast, win some, lose some. They're going to be the second best team with the Atlanta Braves. Right. But then on the flip side with us, if we don't get wins, we might not actually get into the playoffs because there's like 3 teams with 1.5 games, 82 to 84 wins. That's fucking insanity. Like what? We're going to have 3 teams at fucking 90 and one of us doesn't get into the playoffs? Fucking better not be us. Rangers, bye. Astros, Mariners, hey. Right. That's where it better. Sports gods, don't play with my emotions because the team that's not getting in, it's not Seattle. It's Texas. Astros, Mariners. You hear me? Orioles, Mariners, ALCS. Braves, Dodgers, NLCS. Make it happen. Oh, and I almost hit him. Ooh, JP. And then JP Crawford, the leader, the emotional leader. When we don't have him leading off, our team is ass. Julio can lead off, and it sucks. Like he was good at it as a rookie. Everyone figured him out. They're like, this guy swings at anything. I'm just going to throw it behind the T-Mobile Park sign. He'll probably swing. And he did. A lot of our guys were shitty at the beginning of the year. But one thing that you notice is JP is one of the best defenders on the team with like Eugenio Suarez at third base as well as Julio in the outfield, right? It's the leadership and how he talks to the players, the pitchers, and he gets them motivated, even when he's slumping. And when he gets hot as a leadoff hitter, it's very dangerous because he actually can go yard. And there we go. I got to talk good about him, and you get good results. That's my guy. Safe, baby, at second. Let's go. Effort play. That's what I'm talking about. This is what leadership is. Julio Rodriguez, he's got the athleticism. We can see him do things. But, this guy right here is the heart and soul of the Mariners. And as far as he goes, we go. It's not Julio goes, we go. It's JP Crawford goes, then Julio goes, then Cal and Eugenio go homer, the Oscar Ribbies with Kelenic, and then anything bottom but below that, France, Canzone, Rojas, Mike Ford is a blessing. We don't even care. Those are just like extras, Let's go. So JP Crawford, Julio, Cal, Bryce Miller, George Kirby. Those are the five. And that play right there puts him so up. It's like he might be battling for my third place spot in my power rankings for Mariners. JP 3? Julio, Cal, JP? And then Kirby Miller? I mean, when he keeps making plays like that, I mean, that's where he's sitting for me right now. He's sitting ahead even of the pitchers, because you need, those people. And I love catchers, so of course I'm going to always have love for an underappreciated position. Julio being obviously fucking Julio. I mean, goddamn, this is like modern day Ken Griffey Jr. And it's just like the sports gods were like, all right, Mariner fans, all right, you've had many, many opportunities against your rival, like the Angels, right? And now we're going to bless you with a Julio Rodriguez, right? He's not going to be like Griffey. He'll be right-handed, but he'll do everything that Griffey did and even do things even better than Griffey did, like steal bags. Right. And rob home runs. And it's just amazing to see. And it's going to be really cool to be able to see Julio get to a point where it's like Griffey, where he ends up hitting 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 home runs in a season. I mean, if there's going to be another guy besides Aaron Judge that will be able to get to that point if he keeps working hard, by the time he gets into his prime year 4 to year 9, we might see some 50 back-to-back home run seasons or 60, and I am here for that, and I know you guys are too. I mean, it's excitement. It's like Dion creating excitement, for college football as a whole. I feel like Julio is one of those franchise pieces that's doing it for baseball. Like Julio is, I think, one of the top 5 most popular. Obviously Ohtani and Trout, or Ohtani and Judge, right? But I think Julio, as far as popularity as like young players, I would assume that Julio is right there, with Aaron Judge and with Shohei Ohtani. I mean, like as far as like popularity and people wanting to rock the jersey, there's a certain swagger for Aaron Judge, just like Julio has the Griffey swagger, right? And Shohei Ohtani is like the ultimate swagger. He's like, oh, you guys want to hit? Fuck, watch me. I'll be a top 15 pitcher, and sometimes I'll even be top 5. Like, that shit is ridiculous. Like Travis Hunter now trying to be corner and wide receiver. Imagine if he actually does both in an NFL game. Maybe he'll be getting paid like $40 million a year or something. Like, I want to be able to see where the game is going. Julio, routine play at first. 4-3, Dodgers. Come on now. Come on, we can't make that JP for nothing. That JP effort and that slide and that effort, you don't forget about electric plays from your electric players. And as far as importance in the lineup, I would say JP Crawford is number 1 in the Mariners. Like if we don't have JP in the lineup at all, or he's not leading off, we probably lost. I mean, just look at our record when he's not playing, and his impact is tremendous. And Julio was good at the leadoff last year, but he has proven this year when he leads off, he can't be, he doesn't have it in him yet to be able to like work the count. Kind of impatient hitter, but amazing hitter, doing things that we haven't seen since 1900. But if he can get to be that patient hitter, like the Griffey and the Ichiro, and you hone into your inner Julio, we're going to see some shit that is going to be like, oh my God, maybe he ends up being one of the best ever of all time. Like, he's in that trajectory where a lot of records I feel can be broken with this team with like Carroll, Julio, Kirby. Like, you just got to keep believing. Imagine if we get to a point where Julio and Cal Raleigh are hitting for more than 40 homers together, like back to back, or JP Crawford starting to go for like 20 homers a year. Cal, back. Oh, to the warning track. Damn it. Oh, we wasted that opportunity. 4-3. We have to find a way. Now we can't think about winning. We just have to think about going into extras, right? Just go into extras. So just find a way to be able to get one and tie it next inning, and then we'll just see where the chips fall, right? Don't got to be greedy as a sports fan. You just talk to the sports gods, and then we'll see where it goes. All right, so if you're managing right now and it's you and me and Scott Service, reflect, who is the hitter that we put in, at the end of the game to get us the spark? I say Mike Ford. So, I don't know if Tom Murphy is healthy. If he's healthy, Tom Murphy too, right? But I'm feeling that this feels like a Mike Ford situation. Could be a homer, an RBI. So maybe they'll plug him in. Hoping that he gets in the 8th or the 9th. That could be the difference between us losing and tying and going into extras. That's my ESP. So let's see if Scott Service is on the phone and he read my text message. Hopefully he did. And hopefully if we end up getting Mike Ford and he actually does get in, he doesn't pop up or strike out. He'll actually get a single, double, or a homer. So talking it into the universe, just trying to let you know. And we got to find ways to be able to win these games, right? So sometimes I got to manufacture these wins, through the sports gods, right? A little extra. I'm watching the game right now. What are you saying? Huh? What do you say, sports gods? How about Mike Ford being the hero? How's that sound? I mean, it's the exact jerseys they're wearing. Is it fate? It could be. Doesn't that sound kind of nice, though, Mariner fans? Mike Ford gets in, boom, home run. Let's go. We've seen this before. I kind of like it. All right. Sports Cuts is like, oh, he's serious. He even put up the photo. He really believes. Yes, I do. Yeah. It just sucks because it's like I really like the buggy eyes and the passion. Like Tom Murphy is like the ultimate guy you can root for because no one really knows his name. He's just kind of a guy, a Mike Smith kind of guy, regular, Joe Blow. Just hey, it's Mike Smith. It's just like nothing that seems like necessarily out of the ordinary unless you actually watch the games and then you realize like you might have an ordinary name, but your play isn't ordinary. And he was really on a trajectory of batting 300 to 320 before the injury happened, which is a shame. And he was actually our best hitter at one point at DH. Oh shit, he almost hit him. Gabe Spire. He did hit him. Golly, boo, boo, boo. Godly. Um, Freddie Freeman got hit there. That sucks. I just got distracted there. But yeah, I mean, Murphy would make me confident, just like I'm confident in Kellenick. But I think Ford at this point in the season, him and Gino and Cal have to step up as our power hitters. We've already been, carried by JP and from Julio and Teoscar. So now it's for that second wave of ballers to do their part. And then if we can get that good support there, with the Gino and the Cal, and you're getting more home runs there, and then you get guys like, Mike Ford, boom, and then spark us. Like you don't even have to win it for us, just like tie it for us. Give us that Uncle Mo, and then we're gonna, kick the door down. So yeah, but it's also the Dodgers. It's been a pitching duel, and also remember, every game, regardless of who we play, Mariners have to get to 5 to win. If we don't get to 5, we are not good enough to win 95% of the games this year. It might be higher than that now, 98. But of course, there's going to be games where my rule does not, exist. But I don't know, how many streams have we done? 100? I think it's been pretty accurate all season. Like we very, very rarely win when it's under 5 runs for both teams this year. Now, last year when we were badass in 1-run games, yeah, I don't give a shit what the score is. 1-0, yeah, we won. 2-1, yeah, we got it. 4-3, 3-2, well, that was Mariners, right? But this year we're like, under 5 runs, shit, Oh, wild throw, fuck. Look at Freddie's old ass. He's trotting in there. He's like, I don't even need to throw it. See, the good cow and the bad cow. You throw guys out, but you got to make sure as you're being aggressive trying to throw, you got to have accuracy because you don't want it to be wild, right? You want it to be, okay, the second baseman, shortstop caught it, and there's a tag. Not, oh, shit, now we have to get this wild pitch. And the timing was just a little off there, and it almost hit him in the head. And that sucks, but Cal will get better with age. It's very hard to be a good defensive catcher, but if you're hard on a guy like that and he can end up being like a good defensive catcher, what's going to be slowing Cal down from being a top 5 catcher in baseball? Maybe top 3 one day? Hell, who knows? He could end up being number 1 or number 2 one day. I mean, imagine him being like pretty good at defense and hitting 40 bombs and everyone else is at like 20 to 28. That's going to be like, whoa, like, what is this, Mike Piazza? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, and he's a switch hitter. I don't know. It's cool. I like that. Very unique players on the Mariners. Cal Raleigh, unique. George Kirby, unique. That Bronx feel. Julio, it's like Dominican superstar. All right, 4-3. Top of the 8th. We got to get out of this. It happens, but again, look at the score, 4-3, 5 runs, we win. So the rule is still intact, even in a lower scoring pitching duel. Nice. Big swing and a miss. Muncy, too. Muncy is Mad Max for a reason. He's the X factor on the Dodgers. He's that guy that everyone doesn't really think anything of because his batting average is like 200, 193. But it's either home run or strikeout. But when he gets the home run, usually it's like very instrumental. It's like not a solo shot. It'll be like grand slam. You're like, oh, shit, to win the game or to tie it, to go to extras. Or 3-run homer, and they're down by 3. It's like, there's certain clutch hitters, like obviously he could have more home runs. He's got 7. Normally he'd have 20 to 25 typically, but he could have 30 to 40. He's just, I feel that he's not as patient in the box, and now he's paying the price for it this year. He's like, I can't believe I'm Mad Max Muncy, and I don't even have 10 homers, even though I'm injury prone. That is a little rare. Probably good for us right now. So, 35 homers, what, 3 years they said? He's got power to go for 40 to 50. I mean, I'm not going to say, cheating and whatnot, but I think natural ability, if he could get his batting average up to like 250, 260, he could probably hit 30 to 40. Got him. Nice job, Gabe. We got to put Gabe on the screen, right? We cannot forget about Gabe. Every player gets, on the stream. We're fucking Mariners here, all right? We support everyone. Everyone gets their shine. Nice job, Gabe. I love Mariner-Dodger matchups, too, because every time we play, it's a playoff game. That's the feeling because there's so many Dodger fans there. It's like the closest thing that you're going to feel to an NFL playoff game or MLB playoff game before a playoff game. How far will you take us, Scott? You got a good connection with the players and you vibe with them. So I'm on board. I don't want you fired. I want you to be here, and I want you to be the guy to get the World Series. So let's make it happen. Scott's got my support. He's not the best, like I said, he makes bad decisions sometimes, but hell, we all do. But sometimes you got to find that chemistry guy, the guy that, will lose us games, but sometimes takes risks and it works. Like a guy homers at DH, and then you start him the next time at DH, or he comes in as a pinch hit homer, and helps us get something nice, like Tom Murphy. Next day, you put him at DH, even though Mike Ford's been homering every other game, and then boom, Murphy homers next game. That's intelligence. That's smart baseball. A hitter is hot. Try one more day and see what happens. And maybe he'll go homer, and you'll take advantage, and he can get you 2 dubs. So I like that sense of brilliant thinking. So, but sometimes there's bad moves, right? But I'm on board. Let's keep this going. There it is. I'm excited to do Washington, versus Michigan State. Mookie Betts. I like this one too because they're like staring at each other. You always want to be able to make something that's like artwork. So it's always good when you can find something where it's like they're facing each other. Those are the thumbs look always the best. You can always get cool poses and whatnot, but when it like flows together like that. The Mookie one took me a while too because I have this like program that helps you with it, but not everyone converts. So sometimes you're going through like 20, 30, 40 options before you find something that works. So, it's not something like you push a button and then magically everything, you can make a thumbnail. Like you're sitting there for like an hour, or longer. But I try to be a perfectionist though, because I feel you guys deserve it. So if I'm going to make something, I want to make something that is like, memorable and it looks clean. I want it to be the best of the best. So like better than everyone else. I want to be on that Johnny level, but better, or on the Johnny level, or exceed the Johnny level. Match the Johnny level. And I feel that I'm there. Let's go, Mariners. All right, we got 2 more opportunities. JD Martinez. All right, calm down. I already gave you all that love and all that praise. All right, so nothing crazy here, okay? 43,823. That's awesome. I love it. I wish I could have been there, but at least I have the memory, and watching the game with you guys is always good. Time for a Mariners comeback. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Let's go. Let's go. 1-2 pitch. Chopper. Shit. Damn. Dad, you got me. 5-3 Dodges. And they just have so many clutch hitters. And when we have guys come in, doesn't matter if it's Brash or Topa or anybody, it's a difficult team to be able to, like, you got to be ahead early and hang on. If you get down, it's very hard to catch up and assume that they're not going to score anymore, because them and the Braves typically do. It's like, oh, you think they're done at 4, and then here comes 5, 6, and 7. You're like, what happened? The game was 2-1 for like so many innings, and now, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn it, and then the game's over. So 5-3, we can still come back. You got to be positive, but we got to make sure that nothing else comes in. That you record the next out. It's 5-3. Now we are forced to get 2 to tie. Can't even think about winning, and then just try to get to extras. So 1 this inning, 1 in the 9th, or try to get all of it this inning and get 2. Mike Ford, hear me? Home run, some good shit. Somebody step up. 2-1 count. Let's go Mariners. Mango Madness and Mariners. Hayward. Yelling, baby. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. We're down by 2, but like I said, this is the Dodgers, and for us to be able to match up, imagine if we were playing in the World Series or in a big game. You got to be able to get more than 5 runs, or you don't deserve to win against an elite team, and it pushes us. So these games are really going to shape us as we go into, Rangers, Houston, and then Rangers. That's going to be the most critical last week and a half of the season, and it's either we're getting into the playoffs or we're going to be surging as the number 1 team, or damn, we missed it, or maybe we can knock off the Rangers and it'll be Astros and Mariners. That's what it should be. All right, Mike Ford, or someone that I feel that if you're going to bring someone in, that's who I would bring in. On the road, maybe not so much. In this situation, big crowd, big moment, Dodgers, why not be Mike Ford to be the hero? Built Ford tough. Why not? Huh? I mean, who else could we rely on? So if it's not Tom Murphy, then it's got to be him. Took us 60 games to figure it out. Now it's time for him to Homer. Get it to me. Simpsons. Let's do it. I'm ready. 2-run blast. I mean, that wouldn't ask. Normally, I'd be like, okay, let's just try to get, 1 home run, a solo shot. But we're at the end of the game. We kind of need, a little swag. So we'll see if it happens in either this inning or the next inning. But if I'm Scott Service and he, you got to take chances. Of course, could he strike out? Of course. Pop up, ground out, nothing happens. Definitely. But I like the upside as like that would be the guy to be the hero. Why not? Be the hero. Yeah. Well, some teams are very clutch with 2 outs. Have you noticed that? Like, there's certain elite teams that other teams, when it's 2 outs, they get nothing over and over and over again. But for some weird reason, you'll get teams like the Braves or the Dodgers or the Mariners, where some teams can kind of excel in certain moments or throughout the season, or when the Mariners have bases loaded, top two team, and these are the two best, Dodgers and Mariners. When we get bases loaded, we cash in. Other teams, they get, end up getting a double play, pop up, ground out, but we got the best percentage. Solo and guys on first and third on the corners, first and second, Dodgers are better, but bases loaded, you could say the Mariners might be the best in baseball. Them and us. I mean, they got two Hall of Famers in Mookie and Freddie. We got one in probably Julio, but who else? Do we have another? The Oscar? Damn it. It's okay, Teo. Still like you. All right, man. What you think? How about another home run? How about 2 home runs in one game? How about that, huh? You've been a little ice cold with Cal. I told y'all we need you in the second half of the season because you guys are always going to be paired up with each other. Underrated, underappreciated. Cal Raleigh, Gino, you got the swag. Hey, if there's anyone that could go for 2 home runs in a game besides Julio or Cal Raleigh, it's you. Why not? But if that happens, then the Mike Ford thing probably isn't. And I'll take that if it ends up being 5-4. Chip away. Dip the chip. Chips and dip. A chips and dip. Pitch inside. Solo home run in the 4th inning. 1 for 3. Come on, baby. Come on, my dude. You got the swag. You got that passion and that energy that I like, too. You and Julio are boys. I like it. You just got to be better, in the box. Your defense is top tier. Like, you play like a top 10 third baseman, period. I don't give a shit what anyone says. But your home runs and your batting average could be so much better. Like, this guy could be a 40 home run hitter, 300 hitter. But he is getting older in his career. But, I mean, definitely 30 to 35. Like, if you don't get 30 to 35 and you're Eugenio Suarez, like, that's a disappointment. You have a lot of talent. Hell, you had enough bat when you swing to get 50 home runs in a season with no PEDs or roids. Gino, damn it. 2 away. Let's go Mariners. $40 hairs, 60 to go. Michael Penix Jr. tomorrow. Live stream. Michael Penix Jr. on the thumb. It's going to be dope, baby. Number 8, Washington versus Michigan State. 2-0 versus 2-0 on the road. 2 p.m. Oh, dog's going to do the game. Maybe it's my favorite. I like him more than Bo Nix, and I'm an Oregon fan. So obviously, if I'm biased, I would never say something crazy like that. But sometimes I even like him more than Caleb, to be honest. Like, I like what Caleb does out there, but I got a soft spot for lefties, especially if they're smooth, and depending on if they're a good person on and off the field or where, it's like you get these certain personality traits and things kind of line up. And the only thing about him is like injuries. If he can withstand the injuries, he could be like a Tua, maybe even better than Tua. I don't think that's crazy to say. Maybe not as good as Steve Young, but maybe as good as Michael Vick or better than Tua. Like, I could see it. I hope it is. And hell, come to the Buccaneers. I mean, shit, if I can't get Caleb and I can't get Drake May and I go to the playoffs this year and I get 10 wins, or I get underneath maybe 8 or 9 because it looks like the Buccaneers are going to be good this year for whatever reason, I guess. But then if we can land Baker and then have Michael Penix Jr. and I can keep both, and then Baker's my backup, I will be very happy. That would be ideal. I'll take that. He slides a little bit, but hell, if he ends up like just playing lights out and also Shedeur Sanders, I would take him. I think I would take him in Tampa also, especially if they got drafted later. There we go. Base hit with 2 outs. Reflect with the 10. Michael Penix Jr. He's like, this guy likes Michael Penix Jr. more than Michael Penix Jr. I do. Bang, bang. He's my, and like I said, I haven't seen a lefty. Like, when I saw Tua, I thought it was cool because he was a lefty, but I didn't really feel like a connection, because it's like, I don't have a connection to those schools in like Alabama. But I was like, oh wow, Jalen Hurts bench, boom, lefty, won the game, deep throw. But I was like, but Michael Penix Jr. watching him from Indiana, then go to UW, even though I'm a Duck fan, that relationship with Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, Washington State, and the Apple Cup and the Civil War, I always root for a Gardner Minshew or the Tuiasa Sopo or whoever it may be on that other side. The Chad Ochocinco or the Chad Hushamanzada. It's cool to be able to see those teams that are normally rivals, like your top three. But I like seeing those teams like with their cool players, and I don't know. Secretly, I kind of just root for all of them to like succeed. I was like, just because it's not a Duck doesn't mean that we can't have like support from our conference. Yeah, it's like why would I want to hate on like the rest of the good players in the conference? Don't we want to have like some kind of like some legendary players out of our conference? Oh, he dropped it. Yes. Yeah. A $10 holla. Thank you so much. Are you able to come and watch the game? If I'm gonna do the game. So I mean if you're busy, you're busy, but it would be super cool if you could watch the game together. But if you have plans with the family, totally understand. But I'm definitely going to try to take advantage of, Caleb Williams if I do a live stream, if I'm not doing the Ducks, or Michael Penix Jr., like Shedeur Sanders. Like these are priority guys for me. And then obviously if it's like a Texas, Alabama type thing, I really enjoyed that reaction video. And that would have been a really fun one to call, like live play-by-play. France with the broken bat. And he dropped it. Everyone's dropping it in foul territory. I love this. Just like this. Thank you, man. 50 doll hairs. 50 to go. We have 50 to go. My favorite, though, out of all of them, like I get it, Caleb is maybe the most talented. Shedeur has got Dion, so you already know he knows all the secrets, right? But I like lefties. And it's like we don't have that many of them in there. So it's like if we can get another Tua in the league, I don't know, that would be amazing. So I think that he'll always be my favorite one out of this draft class. Will he end up being the best one? Only time will tell. And most people would say no because Caleb is so much highly rated in Drake May. But I hope that he gives you, we need to have like another Steve Young. It's time. It's time to be able to have, that elite lefty in the league again. Yeah. And also, if he had a good offensive line, like imagine if he was on the Eagles, right? Like when they had Michael Vick. But if you had Michael Penix Jr. on the Eagles and he was throwing to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, and you had Kelsey up there just defending his life and Lane Johnson just going crazy, right? What kind of numbers would you be able to get with Michael Penix Jr. on a team like that? Like, who would be better? I mean, Jalen Hurts and him, like depending on if like the smoothness and you have time in the pocket and then he's able to showcase his lefty skills, like you could be on that Jalen level. Like who's to say he couldn't be? It just, he has a certain skill set, but I think that his ceiling is really high. He's got a natural ability. The only thing that's going to hold him back is not his mind. He's a great leader, good human being, good arm. It's only going to be health. So as long as he's healthy, we can have him turn into a superstar. But if he gets banged up, it's going to, oh, look who it is. Oh, hi, it's Mike Ford. O-Dog's got the ESP at least one or two times every stream. There is Tony Romo, but I wasn't a former QB. I just watch a lot of film and read all the articles. Mike Ford has an opportunity to put us up 6-5. Hello, Mike Ford. ESP, baby. You like that? Kirk Cousins, you like that? Like I tried to read it from my point of view, and like I said, there would have been times where he would have chose someone other than Mike Ford. But sometimes it's like getting that guy in and let's make a play. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Come on, man. You can't let me root you up and get you in the game. And Scott thinks the same thing and talk you up and talk you up. You got to deliver, bro. 16 homers. You can get to 20. Let's start with number 17 right here. Got to be an RBI or a homer. Come on. RBI or a homer, RBI or a homer. Come on. I mean, we only got this inning and the next inning. So, I mean, if we don't do it here, then we have to do it in the ninth. Let's get something in the eighth. All right. Energy. Swagger. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Mike. Doesn't even have to be a homer. It can just be a single RBI. 5-4. I'll take it. Just chip away. Come on, Mike. Pitch is inside. 1-2 count. Come on. Obviously, this is the most crucial point of the game, period. So just be patient. I mean, shit, even getting hit by a pitch or getting walked here would be ideal. There we go. 2-2 count. Come on, baby. Come on, sports gods. Let's go, Mike Ford. Bottom of the 8th, 5-3 Dodgers. Runners at first and second. 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Oh, at least he got a chance to get in the game. But getting struck out looking, I guess, is better than crappy pop-up or ground out. That's a little bit more demoralizing. I guess getting punched out is as well. But at least he got in. Maybe it wasn't meant to be in the 8th, but maybe something else will happen in the 9th. We just got to pray now. Oh, that was tough. We're missing out on these opportunities. Opportunities. Missed it. We got you in the game, though. All right, that was the right decision. That was the right player at the right time to give the right chance to see if he could do something. Didn't happen that time, but we still got to believe. Let's go Mariners. Go, baby. We just got to chip away. Sometimes you just can't ask for the whole 9 yards. You know, you got to be able to work at it. Sometimes instead of just getting 2 or 3, you just got to think 1. You know, 1 hit and then 1 run and then just go positive from there. Sometimes you'll get that splash play and you'll tie it up and it'll be super emotional when you're down like 5-2 and then you tie it 5-5. But you know, at this point, now we have to really work hard here and we got to pray that we don't give up anymore. On top of that, because if you give up at least 1 more, the game is over 100%. It goes to 6-3, that's too much to come back from. But 5-3 is doable. But wish we would have got something there. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I can, also whoever's in the room at any point, if you guys want that music in the background, during just the stream, if you just want it back there, let's like going the whole time, as long as you can hear everything else, I'll put it on. Like I said, I have a couple different options of stuff in the background. I can obviously adjust the different, levels and different volume settings, and then, but that one is kind of the most calming one out of them all. Top of the 9th, 5-3. Look who it is, Colton Wong. For the Mariners, it was the Wong move. Oh, we got this. Yeah. Ram in the building. Dodgers. My dad's been a Dodger fan since the 1950s. Mariner fan since the 80s, so. And they're the sleeper. Most people are saying Braves, understandably so. But Dodgers could be a World Series team this year for sure. 5-3 Dodgers, top of the 9th, 1-2 count to Colton Wong. We got to get this. This is not happening. We ain't losing this way. But you don't want to walk them. That's the thing. Don't hit them and don't walk them. Haggerty, JP, Julio, great combination. I like it. We can definitely get 1 or 2 with that combo. Well, we have to get 2 if we want to tie. We got this. You just have to be positive. Like I said, every Dodger game is going to be tough. But at one point, we have to do good late, at least 1 of 3 games. Otherwise, we're going to get swept, or we might win 1. But if we want to win 2 out of 3, this is the type of shit we have to be able to come back from. We have to be able to win this game 6-5. Where we tie it up 5-5, and then we win it in extras, and then we go boom 6-5, and then Mariners win, and then dance, and then photo, and then chain gets put on the screen, and then bang bang tomorrow, Clayton Kershaw, Bryce Miller, a boom boom boom, right? So, come on, baby, get him, Thornton. Use your glasses. Wong, Gino, got him. Not today. Wong. It's funny too. When I ended up going to the Mariner game against the Cardinals, I sat next to a girl that had a Brewer, like long sleeve tee, and then we were both talking about Colton Wong. And I told her at the game before it started, I was like, he might be like crappy, for us at this point. But I was like, you're here, I'm here. I was like, watch, Colton Wong's going to have the best game of the season today because we're watching. And she's like, no, and I'm like, yeah, right. And then he literally went, I think, like 3 for 4 that game. It was like the best game he literally had. It was crazy. He even had people from like relative from like foreign country stuff, like with the flags in the crowd. He had his own little 3-person section where people were cheering for him too. So I was like, oh, the vibe is really good here tonight. I was like, I'm like, okay, he's gonna have a good game. I'll be positive. She's wearing the Brewers stuff, so she was a former fan, but didn't want to wear the jersey and get heckled, right? And then obviously his little fan group. It was cool. You never know. Sometimes you can talk shit into existence. James Atman, 1-2 pitch, popped up. Shit. We lost. James Outman with the dinger. This game is over. Before the home run. Before. After. James Outman. All right, James. Big game, James. Great job. Golly. Way to punch us in the mouth. You just try to like Mike Tyson punch out our ass. Huh? Now the let's go Dodgers chants come out. And they're fierce. When they come out, you don't hear any Mariner fans. It's all Dodger fans, all 70%. If there's 43,000, hell, there might be 30,000 Dodger fans there, 13 Mariner. Like they love buying tickets for this matchup. It's the most passionate fan base that comes to Seattle, hands down. The Yankees one is passionate, the Dodgers because there's more fans. I think globally, the Yankees is big too, but I feel like on the West Coast you're going to get more and more Dodgers too. But there's good Midwest and East Coast representation and South representation of Dodgers. That history. I mean, if I wasn't a Mariner fan, I'd be a Dodger fan. I had to go into my dad's footsteps, 6-3 Dodgers. Golly. Oh. When you're getting ripped up by Miguel Rojas in the 9-hole, you deserve to lose the game. I mean, if this is the guy that's going to be like, then we just don't deserve it. We don't got it. It's just, you're good. You're better than us. You're better than us. But we got to be able to find a way to win 1 game out of 3 now. Because it's Kershaw against Bryce Miller, and we don't know if we're going to get the good, bad, or the good Bryce or the bad Bryce. But you could get good Clayton, good Bryce, 10 Ks each. I'll be watching. I'll be keeping up. Blue Jays. Yeah, I like the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are solid. Like I said, I think the Blue Jays, the Mariners, and the Orioles will all be connected as there's like up and coming like teams that are very rootable for and that may be able to go further than a traditional Astros or Yankees team. There we go. Wow. So now we got to be able to get 3 runs. I mean, it's not like impossible, but now you're starting to do stuff that's like makes you believe that if we come back and win this game, that we're going to get into the playoffs for sure. Like a springboard win. We don't deserve to win, and we make a big run, and then we end up winning in extras. And these are the wins that we have to look for at some point. Mookie, yeah, 135, 125, bro. Yeah. I know he definitely looks like he is like very, very, very thin and wiry, right? But has the power to get to 40 home runs. Yeah, I would say the most power that you're going to see in baseball and that we have seen in baseball at that size and that weight. We've never seen anything like this. That's what makes him special, and that's why Boston should have never got rid of him. That was a bad move. That's like getting rid of Derek Jeter. Like you just don't do it. Like, I don't give a shit what he wants. You pay him, and he ends up being one of the best Boston Red Sox ever, and you build around him. You never let a guy like Mookie go, period. But if you end up joining a team like the Dodgers, then, Freddie Freeman, Mookie, good players. They turn into elite players together, and then championships, And if you were on your own different teams, maybe it doesn't get done. But you're together with 2 Hall of Famers together in their prime, then good shit can happen. Especially if you have good pitching. Yeah, that's insanity. 5'9", 180. Is there a comparison that you can look up? Like 5'9", 180 professional Major League Baseball players. Like who's this size and who was like on that level? There's got to be a good comparison from like a throwback player that I can put my, comparison in my head. Got Mookie. There we go. All right, and we need 3 runs now. Let's go, 6-3. Come on now, we got this. It looks bleak. It looks tough, but I look for like how I feel I'm really good with the predictions and whatnot is like you end up getting into kind of a mode where you watch a team for so long, you know what they should do, but it's all up to the manager, Scott Service, if he does the regular, what he should do, or if he wants to do the Scott Service thing. But you want to make sure you're putting guys in the right spot, have the right chances to win. And if it was anyone but Mike Ford in that last inning, I would have said, what are we doing? But we just got to be able to have faith. That either Astros and Rangers start losing or we can get hot or a combination of the 3. So this type of game, to be able to come back and win, this could be a springboard win. At some point, we're going to have one between now, Rangers, Astros, Rangers at the end of the season. It's at the end. We have to have that game-defining win. Will it be tonight? Why not? Sam Haggerty. Golly, why did it have to be 3? If it was like 1 or 2, I feel a lot more comfortable because regardless, we're young. We're the Mariners, right? But now you're asking 3, like you're really asking the sports gods. It's like instead of asking Santa for 1 present, you're asking for 3 presents. You're getting a little, little greedy. 3? That's a lot. Kershaw, Bryce Miller. 12-4 Kershaw at his old age. What a OG. Left-handed god. Bryce Miller, 8-5. 22 stocks for 21. 8-5 versus 12-4. But the difference is a 4.05 ERA to Kershaw's 2.61. I want Bryce to get there. All right, Mariners. What do we say? Altuve, 5'6", 166. Garbage cans, 2. Buzzers, 2. Apple Watches, 2. Let's go. Let's go, Sam. Let's go. Big swing and a miss. Come on, Sam. Ham Swaggerty the shit out of this ball. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the seventh. 0-1 pitch. Chop foul. 0-2 count. And we have to be able to get on base with like 0-2 counts and 2 outs. Like even if we get our rally when it's at 2 outs, as long as we get the rally. Just chip away. And like I said, in most scenarios, like I said, this is a 95% loss. But every once in a while, that 5% game comes along, and maybe it'll be tonight. You never know. It's all up to guys like Sam Haggerty to start the fucking momentum. Can Uncle Mo get in the building? 2-2 count. Rally hats. Rally cap. I might have to go get my old school Mariner hard hat. I might have to go get that. Like I said, that one I had as a kid that I wore. It's got a couple scuffs on it, but it's relatively mint condition. And yeah, but I thought I got it lost, and someone tried to steal it from me. It's got the little brown adjustable, headpiece inside for like those vintage old ones. Like sometimes those are ripped out, and it's just like kind of like, oh, let's go, let's go. Sometimes the sports gods are like, you know what? Reflect, dog. I kind of like you guys, and we're gonna get Haggerty on base. Let's fucking go. You got to get it started here. Some people don't believe. Yeah, you have reason to not believe, but sometimes it's at the end. The sports gods are like, let's go. It's time. Run to first base. And now here's where it gets interesting. It's around Alzate. Let's go. T.P. Crawford. T.P. Crawford. Let's go. Let's go, JP. And honestly, at this point in the game, these would be exactly who I would want up to bat. JP and Julio. This would be exactly someone else. Rando gets on, whoever it is, Mike Ford or Dylan Moore or Sam Haggerty, and then let us get into the meat of the lineup and let's make a rally. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count. Come on. Come on, JP. All right. Come on now. I'll get you a hitting photo. Let's go. Visualize. Electric building. Come on now. Of course, there's a 95% chance to lose, but you never know that. 5% game does come out sometimes. Pitch is high. 1-2 count. Oh, yeah, he's loving it. Well, it's time to show big brother that little brother can play on the same level. We're underdogs. Come on. Shit. JP popped up. Freddie. Damn it. All right, this is the end. Last up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Time to be a hero. You're going to have a lot of opportunities to be a hero, like throughout your career. And, you have to be able to pick and choose these moments. But the defining moments that you get and you make the big plays like this, that'll define the career from being like an all-star or a Hall of Famer or a generational talent. Can you be that guy that could be the Mariners hero like Griffey and Edgar were? Can you be that guy? And Ichiro. We want to add you to the Four Horsemen. Are you that guy? You got to get good here in these situations in the 8th and the 9th. Sometimes he comes up big. Sometimes he chokes. He's a young player. But one more RBI, and he ends up getting 100. And only 3 players have done that in recent mind. I saw some kind of stat recently on that. So I assume Alex Rodriguez is one. He's the other, and there's another. Sample play. No! Safe. Safe at first. Wow. Wow. Good job, Julio. Nice effort. Nice effort. I mean, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose with effort, with you running, and trying to show some effort there. Good job, bro. I like seeing effort, and running that out. That you can't just go regular speed when the game is over. You have to make sure you're sprinting. So, nice job. I mean, that's it's a small, but at least the game's not over, right? Were they trying to claim interference, or that they actually got the ball there first? He's safe. Safe. He's there. He's safe, bro. Yeah. But again, now it's even lower. We're at 2 outs. You know what I mean? It's 6-3. Julio's up. But at this point, like you might be able to get 1 run or 2, but to get 3, I mean, we're talking the chance of us coming back and tying or winning is like 1%. So now it's like 99% over. How can we play in the most like crucial situation when the game is on the line? What if this was the World Series one day? What if this was the World Series and this is game 5 and we need a big play? Can we, step up to the occasion? So I always want to like foreshadow and picture the Mariners in big games in my head. So that way, if this ends up being a playoff or a World Series game, how do we play in the clutch? Let's go, Cal. Let's go, Dumper. I like Dumper's confidence. That's why he's one of my favorite. You're the man, bro. Switch hitter, catcher, underappreciated. Love you. You'll get better at defense as the years go along. Come on, Cal. Popped up. Oh, yes. Yes. Julio at third. Cal, let's go. Sports God, let's go. Let's go, baby. Nice job. Nice job. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Talking that good juju and good words into the universe, the good vibes. And then we got our guy, Teoscar Hernandez. He's like, everyone else took a bite. Let me end up taking the cherry off the top. Now it's time to tie the game. Let's go. Let's go, RBI machine. Let's go. Big swing and a miss. 312 average, 5 homers, 64 ribbies with runners in scoring position in 2023. If there was a guy that we could have at the plate, Teoscar would be one that you would want. He would be in your top 3. He's been hot. JP and Julio, the other 2. 0-2 count. Come on. Come on, Teo. Runners on the corners. If it was bases loaded, I'd feel a hell of a lot better, just statistically speaking. But we have no choice. We're here. The game's not over. Either you step up or you don't. And imagine this being a World Series game, and imagine this could be a World Series win. Visualize, focus, see the vision, see the future, because it might end up being Mariners-Dodgers one day in a World Series. Big players make big plays. Let's go. Daniel's like, I need to win my bet. I need to win my bet. I have a 4-game parlay. I need to win my bet, my money. Oh, man, this crowd is electric, man. I wish I was there. I'm glad I'm here with you guys. 6-3. Got to win at least one of these games out of the 3, but preferably if we win this game, then you can win 2. Come on, Teo. Struck him out. Wow. Final score, Dodgers 6, Mariners 3. My dad is smiling. Oh, brutal. But again, that was like when the odds are in your favor and they're not in your favor. It doesn't matter who's pitching. You're playing a great team like that. Sometimes it ends up being the Dodgers. And again, some of their role players, Miguel Rojas, right? Outman, these are guys that are 8 in the 9 hole. So if they homer, then if it's Mookie and Freddie, we can be okay with that. But when it ends up being like guys that you're not expecting, those wins and losses hurt a little more. When you feel like, damn, like really. But shout out to them. I'll give them some love. I see you. Rangers lost. Astros lost. Oh, good. Everyone lost except Blue Jays won. Okay. So it wasn't all completely bad. Everybody lost, so. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I didn't expect you to do something like that. How generous of you. Thank you, man. I really, 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 really appreciate it. It means a lot. and definitely, it'll go towards, things that are important like Paisley and you guys. So thank you. $50 dono. Reflect is the man. Michael Penix Jr. Bang, 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 bang. Appreciate you. $50 holla. We both love that Michael Penix Jr. And I love it so much. I'm going to do the live stream for him in honor to be able to watch it in college with my own eyes on the channel as a memory. Because if you don't watch guys like Caleb and Michael Penix Jr. and Shadur Sanders, then it's just going to be a distant memory where you just saw a clip on Twitter or ESPN or something. So thank you so much. Is there a particular photos or something that you want? I definitely can hang out for 10 to 30 minutes. If you want to hang out and do that. If you got to go, you got to go. But I can hang out, from now until 30 minutes, somewhere in there, or 15 minutes maybe, because I need to eat dinner and I need to take Paisley on another walk, and it's already 10 o'clock here. So, but if there's, okay, you're going to crash? Should we just all crash? I still got to do stuff, though. I got to go take her for a walk and eat dinner. But okay, I'll get you photos next time around. Thank you so much for your generosity. And I got to get a Michael Penix Jr. photo, even if you're leaving. But you got to at least see one before, because that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I mean, Michael Penix Jr., hello. My favorite out of all the quarterbacks. Not saying that he's going to be the best, but he's my favorite. And I got Bo Nix, but I just got to keep it real. Like, it would be so sweet to be like a UW fan. Like, to be able to go with the Tuiasa Sopo and whatnot and some of these other players. And then now, you got something that it could be like Tua or better. That's exciting. Now I got to get the UW logo. We got to make sure we get it all proper here. We don't take cut corners. We make sure we follow through to the swag. And you got to post up and you got to represent. And the swag is there with the logo and the Husky. It's game over. It's a game over. Look at that. It's like the LeBron James of lefties. Kidding me? Pretty sweet. Thank you so much for your generosity. I got to put up at least another one here. It's cool. The jersey looks good, the white, and then look, the colors, it just you look at the player and it's like, this is excitement. I don't give a shit what fan base you're Oregon State, Washington State, USC, whatever. It's like you see a certain player and you're like, this is fun. Michael Vick, fun, right? Johnny Football, fun. I get the same excitement when I watch this player. It's taken that long because it's only once in a generation I get that feeling. I'm like, look at they may not pan out all the way on the NFL side, but there's potential that maybe they can. Let's go. Yes, the spin cycle. I mean, I could look at Michael Penix Juniors and then fucking Rome. I mean, Jalen. I mean, McMillan. I mean, you got some bosses out there. They're a good team. I feel that we have wide receivers, but your wide receivers are better. But I like Bucky Irving, but your wide receivers are better than ours. Some of those guys are going to the NFL too. I don't know how good they're going to be or what their potential is, but I'll definitely be rooting for them. Against Oregon at Autzen. And when Bo Nix got hurt, man, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. So I'll owe you more photos the next time you come through, and we'll end up doing the game tomorrow. So I'm gonna, Odunzie, McMillan. I mean, arguably those are the two best receivers you've had since when? I don't think you've had a better pair. I've been watching you guys play for like 35 years, and you've had guys from time to time, at running back and wide receiver and quarterback. Every once in a while you'll get a gem like Tuiasa Sopo, and sometimes it comes out of nowhere, and sometimes you know what it is, and you've had others, right? But it seems a little different this year. Like the swagger is different. Like there's a lot of competition, but I'm excited. But yeah, Michigan State, UW doing the game. Appreciate you guys very, very much. And you're an awesome supporter. Appreciate you, Michael Penix Jr. and Reflect getting us to the goal. $50 dono. You're an OG. I appreciate you very, very much. Well, I hope everyone appreciates all the support that we get here. And definitely I do. Reflect, Sarah, everyone else. I appreciate you. Everyone that came through. Got to take that logo down. And thank you to everyone that shared, commented, donated. You're the best. We'll be here tomorrow at 2 o'clock to do the Washington-Michigan State game, live play-by-play and reactions. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Reflect, Sarah. Appreciate you. And I'm out. Okay.